Hello, everybody, and welcome in.
Hello. Yeah, welcome back. Episode 27 after a little weekend away. Hope everybody enjoyed their week away.
Technically, some of these people hung out with me and played video games last week.
Yeah,
Was that
I
awesome,
saw
by the way?
It was
Yeah, how was
game?
that?
It was great. It was what I needed for Valentine's Day because, like, I went and had a Galentine's brunch, and then I came back and I was all like fancy. So I sat here and played Blood Bar Tycoon, which was fun. So we ran the tutorial Blood Bar, which it's great. It's fun. You get to set up a blood bar under the guise of an actual bar where you lure in humans and harvest them for their
That's sick.
blood. It's
A
really
little
fun.
bit
It's a cute little
more-
game, and we had a great time playing it. We had some laughs, and we sat around for about 2.5 hours. So thanks everybody that showed up and kept me company on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that sounds like a super fun. Yeah, we're gonna get going here in a second. Thank you guys for popping in. As you can see, obviously it's myself, Bub, Dot, and Tracy today. I'm excited to pick up where we left off because some things happened last time around, which we'll recap here in a minute. Before we do, let me shill at you directly, and we'll just jump into the game. I'm sure people are ready to play. So if you guys are enjoying the show and you want to support us in any way, sharing the show, if you're watching on YouTube, thumbs upping, liking the thing, rating us on wherever you're listening to. If you want to kind of go above and beyond, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel right here, get some emotes, access to the VODs as soon as the stream is done. Or you can head over to patreon.com/podbynight and, jump us and support us over there where you get our after shows and all that good stuff afterward. yeah, I can't believe it's already episode 27. Honestly, as I
Wow.
was thinking about it, but I'm excited to kind of just jump in. Is there anything? Oh, Discord. Jump onto our Discord. Our Discord's totally
Oh yeah,
free,
let me put some
and you
links
can
in
just
now.
be part of the community and talk about the shows over there. Um, who wants to recap us from
Oh boy.
not last week, but 2 weeks ago?
Well,
Like
I don't really.
I'm not vaguely. I remember what happened, but I don't know
Um.
specific beats that maybe you would cover. But I know it was dealing
Okay.
with the Witch of the Yard's ramifications and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We went to the Witch of the Yard. Things didn't pan out. I don't think exactly like we planned.
No.
Bub, do you want to cover the outcome of your deal with the Witch of the Yard?
David had a moment. I would say it's a moment of confidence that was very unlike him. I think it made him pretty unhappy, all things considered. He lost that childlike innocence, or I guess the thing that made him curious and sort of wishful for others. It was a very stark glance. I don't know if I like the character that way. I think what makes David like wholly unique is his hopefulness for people and the want to believe that there's more inside of them than just the monster. But it led him to, I mean, there was the event in the woods, right? Because we stumbled back into the bar. David had a real coming to terms moment in the mirror, and
So this is
asked.
after the Witch of the Yard. We went out for drinks.
Yeah, we went. Sorry, I kind of jumped the gun there. Everybody had a drink before we saw Elle
No,
hop on the
you
back
didn't
of the
even
bike.
make it to a drink. You walked straight in and went to the bathroom.
Yes,
David did, and had a
Yes.
personal moment in the bathroom about the loss of his wings.
yeah,
Yeah, there was some body horror type stuff where David tried to like make the wings come back.
Really
and he
was.
did. And then he pieced out. He just walked out with flesh wings, naked, right?
yeah,
Were you
butt ass naked. Yeah,
Yeah, butt ass naked flesh wings.
Oh, yeah, you had the opportunity to resist your frenzy and you gave into it.
Yeah.
And then you left wordlessly with
Yeah.
wings on your back.
because I asked for help. I something to the effect of like, why are you leaving me helpless when I
Yeah.
need help?
We stuck around after Janet and Elspeth, and Janet was like, "Yo, when our Bruja buddy shows up, I think we need to, poke at him about what the hell he sent us to the Witch of the Yard." And she basically she set Elspeth up to go flirt with our Bruja, which turned out great because you got a motorcycle ride out of it, and I mean
Hey.
a literal motorcycle ride.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which
you
was fun.
literally got to hang around.
Technically, it was supposed to be around the block. Janet left before you got back, so then he had to take you all the way back to
Home.
the
The
quarry.
quarry.
But the big
Home.
thing was that during this conversation, Janet kind of cued Elspeth in that she has some larger plans, like some things she thinks that we need to roll out and set into place to like maybe get ahead of this David Tremere have the box problem. Yeah. I think
Yes.
that was kind of the long and short
Yeah,
of that.
he left. Where'd
Yeah.
you end up flying off to? Do you remember, David?
I mean, no, because David didn't fly off. Whomever decided to take over the body at that moment took off, and it was a meeting in the woods. What was fairly inconsequential to them, maybe a bit of a revering payback of sorts. It led to David retaking over the pilot seat of his body, clutching on to a head that he had just dropped.
You dusted somebody.
Yeah, asking them something to the effect of like, "What, you don't remember me?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because it was a gangrel. They
Yep.
looked
It
at
was a
you
gangrel.
and said, "Who the fuck are you?" As you were beating them. And
Took two objects, his necklace and something else.
it was a coin.
Oh,
coin.
the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coin.
and
And
then
you came
as
back.
when you dusted him, yeah, you kind of came to, and you flew back and were like, handed the coin over or showed the coin, and there was
It
a
gave
lot
it
of
both up.
discussion. And I think
Yep.
there was
Yeah.
a point where you kind of had a decision of like, well, I'm going to see the Witch of the Yards like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, so
mhm.
basically Janet tried to start by reminding you that like she told you could always come back and get rid of it. And then Janet encouraged Elspeth to go
Have a little
do
one-on-one.
a little one-on-one to like help David out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we got
Yeah.
A little
nice little scene between the two of them.
heartfelt moment.
This is a really important conversation, I think.
Yes.
I would agree. That's why Janet was like, I
Indeed.
can't do this one. This is where your job kicks in. You're the protector. Go protect him. So yeah, I think David was like, yes, the next night I'm going back. We're
Back to the Witch of
undoing
the
what's
Yard.
been
Yeah.
done. And Janet is going to look into this coin that has a fist
Yep.
on one
Fist
side
with like, it looks like a blood dripping
and an
down it.
address on the other, and we know that this is a gangrel necklace, so there may be
Came
gangrel
off
after
of a
us, which
gangrel.
is
Yeah, well, yeah, the
which is
necklace
bad, but
itself had the gangrel symbol on
gangrel
it.
symbol.
Yeah.
So there are we're Janet's not going to panic yet, but we're gonna be gangrel, not great. So anyways, that's where I think that's about
Yeah, that sounds
I think
about
that's
Didn't
right.
where we're at.
I think we discovered that it was like it was inside of the was it inside of gangrel territory that we found that like the correlation between the coin, right?
Yes, the location, the address on the back does mark a location that is in the North Gangrel territory area
Yeah.
here on the right before you get to Back Bay. Yeah.
Is
Yes,
that like by Back Bay then, do we know?
Sorry, I'm opening up the game right now so I can look at the map.
That's fine. So we have our gangrel symbol, and then just to the northeast of that, it's Back Bay before it hits Central in the Ivory Tower. So is that right around Back Bay that we're aware of?
It was.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I think it was around Back Bay.
Okay. So yeah, that's
think- Yeah, I think.
that's what we know.
Yeah, okay, I'm open now. Yeah, I think it was around then. I'll double check after, but yeah, you kind of had that, and then there was just I guess the decision as to like what the plan was moving. Like, are you going to go? Because we were running over last time, if I remember correctly. We had to kind of close the show out, but
So yeah,
think-
basically Janet was like, "There's nothing we can do tonight. We all need to just take a moment, chill, comfort
Yeah.
David." And then the plan was when we wake up the next morning, if David's still
Go
feeling
to the Witch of the
way he's
Yard.
feeling, he can go back. Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
and
And I want to check out those little items,
Yeah.
the gangrel items, and
I want to
see,
check out them items.
and see if they are fetters, and if I can talk to.
Oh yeah, no, didn't you already do that?
we did.
Oh,
that last time.
yes, I did. I think I did
Correct.
identify.
And that's how we
The
learned
necklace was a
a
fetter. I think.
fetter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Janet then will be happy to drop you by the Witch of the Yard, but she thought she would just drive by the location, scout the actual location on the coin.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be
that's fine.
helpful for my
I think-
ritual.
Okay, so you know what? Janet wakes up. The they've come through. They've probably done some construction during the day. It's night. And she's just gonna look. Well, you know what? Does David arise as a usual time? Is he staying in? Where is he at? I think
How
we
about
need to
everybody
check in with
makes their
David
rouse
first.
check for the evening to wake
Oh
up,
yes, it's a new day.
and everybody can heal up their willpowers, whatever they used, if any.
Oh boy, girl. Let's see.
Love
This is bad. What the hell did I do that I'm now at hunger for?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay,
I guess
looks
I
like
haven't.
we're going to be having a separate opening scene here in a moment.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yep, I will leave that to you. Janet is
I'm looking
just
real
trying
quick.
to get shit together
What
for the
did
day.
you
That's all.
do that hungered you so much last
I-
time? Was it just
maybe-
bad rolls?
I'm like, I don't think I
Oh,
actually have
gross.
had a feeding scene in some time.
No, because
so
you were good on your hunger.
You went to
for
the
a
hospital,
while.
didn't you? With
Yeah,
Janet?
she did recently.
Recently.
I did.
Elspeth
did.
rouse. But those were successes. Okay, there was a failure right there.
Well,
What were you doing? Why'd you rouse?
It was all of that stuff that you
Yeah,
did
no
around the
idea.
fetter at the end of the last
It
game.
must have been. It had to have
but
been.
the binding fetter is free, which is interesting.
true.
And I
It's Oblivion.
yeah, maybe I
And
roused.
you did a bunch at the Witch of the Yards when you were looking at the fire and trying to figure that out.
Oh, I did fail. I did have a bestial failure at that time.
Yeah,
so
you
I
did
must
a
have
couple things.
You
Yeah.
did rouse at some point of a bestial failure, and that could have just been
Yeah, I
leftover
might.
hunger also from the previous session.
I just don't think I've really had a feeding in a while. So
Yeah, I think that's probably right. So let's set the scene then, rein things in, and we'll pick up with our coterie and see what they're up to here in a moment. However, you know what? As our camera fades in from black, and we see a partly cloudy sky as this a sliver of the moon is being swallowed up by some clouds, we'll pan down, and as we see Janet, kind of like she said, kind of getting ready for her day, walking out and getting stuff ready, and like as our camera comes down from the sky into the quarry. All the wires still dangle and some cameras are set up. David, do you step out promptly in the evening as well, like right when you wake up?
I think he does. Yes.
Okay. So we'll see David kind of step out too. We got a bird's eye view as we get closer. And then obviously Elspeth as she steps out. And Elspeth, you are at 4 hunger. And as you do so, it's obviously, as we've discussed before, it is just the gnawing feeling that you just can't stop thinking about and feeling to your core. What do when the camera sees Elspeth coming out of her pod, what does Elspeth do? Does she say anything to anybody? Does she like kind of just walk off and just like gonna go deal with it? What does she do?
She just, I hate when I get like this. She's like very upset. She's a little frazzled.
Irritable? Like, yeah, it's like we know Elspeth. I mean, we often see Elspeth not super hungry, and when she is, she's been off on her own to go eat and not really have to worry about being around other people. So as you're stepping out to Janet and to David, do you carry yourself differently? Is there a posture change, or is it more, are you short and curt with people? Do you say like, I hate when I'm like this, or what? Yeah, paint me a picture of what we see when Elspeth, because now you're communal living, so they're gonna see this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You could tell Elspeth is off. She does vocally share that with you all. And visually, she probably looks a little different too. She doesn't, when you rouse for the evening and your hunger is at that level, you don't think about the personal affications that you normally do, the personal hygiene, the things that you need to take care of, like brushing your hair and, putting your little black lipstick on for the evening.
You're walking out like you were at a frat party the night before, and you are heading to your dorm at the moment. And as you walk out, does Elspeth just kind of walk by the coterie? Even if you throw some words at them, are you just like, I'm going? And where is Elspeth going?
I need to take care of some things. I'll be back. And she just like with a little growly voice.
Our camera is like following Elspeth. We're just about shoulder level now. And as we're walking by Janet and David on the right, we just hear her throw those words out, half mumbled, half spoken, of like, I need to go take care of some things. I'll be right back. And like, as she's walking by, the camera maybe stops with Janet as Elspeth keeps going and turns to Janet and David as she walks out of focus. And she obviously looks disheveled. I mean, you can take a guess what's going on. She probably, you're all kindred. At the very least, Janet can probably guess what's going on.
Yes.
The question is, do you just let her go and do her thing? Or do you interject at all? Do you do anything whatsoever, Janet and David?
I think David probably will not. He's very centrally focused on the current issue. Think like extreme neuroses. Glance.
Hey,
yes.
David, honey, go with Elspeth so she doesn't kill anybody.
Yes.
Please.
I will.
Thank you.
It's quite a possibility this evening.
Yeah, that's why the look, like Janet's like, I know that I could go, but I'm not gonna be able to stop you unless I put a bullet through you. David can at least pry you off of somebody.
Yeah.
So
I imagine there is that moment where like Elspeth hears the conversation and she just kind of gives a hand motion of like, thanks, like I might like just like a thank you as David's kind of walking and catching up with her. Eventually, David, obviously you catch up to her as you're both stepping through the gate and leaving the quarry, and we can see Janet in the background going about the rest of her evening routine to kind of get things ready for her. Does there any conversation between the two? Does David catches up? And Elspeth, where are you going? To the car? Or are you like, again, quarry's not central to pedestrian traffic. The thing you could do is feed on a wild animal. You don't have a feeding exclusion.
Yeah, I don't.
It depends how desperate and if that's something Elspeth cares about, because
I
don't know. What's your blood potency? Just one, right? Or is it two?
Just one.
Yeah, so they should still feed you. The blood will taste like shit. Has Elspeth eaten animal? Has she drank animal blood before? Is that something that your sire would have had you do?
My sire might have taught me the experience of feeding on animals. I might have done it once. and I hated it.
So
It
she
just
maybe has like a in case like she would have just been like teaching you in case things got
yes,
desperate, whatever.
exactly. And
Does the yeah? So let me. Elspeth
it,
doesn't have to. I'm just asking if she
it's
does.
like it didn't taste good.
Oh, it
It
tasted like
feels
fucking dirt.
yeah, and it's like it feels bad, like it was a poor little rat or something, and it's just like oh man. But Elspeth is in a mood, and it is hard because not only is she at a very high level of hunger, she has a very difficult feeding type.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Uh, uh, uh,
You
um,
you took care of your compulsion last time, right? Yeah, you did. You stepped on a cockroach, I
I
think.
did, I did. Um, so her other like go-to, if it's not the hospital, is uh, is somebody who's like on their way out, like an elderly person. I hate to say that. That's kind of fucked.
Welcome to Vampire, man. It's not like how you
Yeah,
feel for real.
yeah,
These aren't real elderly people. They're in my head.
yeah. Because there's a very good chance that they could die with the painful kiss. And
Oh
so
yeah.
it's when they're already on their way out, it just makes it easier. Um,
So I imagine as we're stepping out of the chain link fence, which is now has a nice little lock on it, and we can hear it shutting behind, and you keep walking. Walking towards your vehicle, I imagine. Are you gonna
yes.
walk towards your car? You're probably filing through. We have these, we kind of share these internal thoughts with Elspeth as she's walking. You think about the animal and like that fucking sounds disgusting. And it's like, well, I know it's a problem when I bite, and the old people, older people is probably another good one. Where would you go for an elderly individual? You know where your
I don't know. My grandmother.
grandmother lives.
Oh,
It was like
that's
that's a
fucked.
yeah. I was gonna say that. I mean, that's
That is a place guaranteed.
yes, yeah,
Um,
guaranteed.
and again, like her feeding type Sandman, like usually if they're like sleeping and they're resting at night,
And it's great.
um,
The elderly folk mostly go to bed real early.
yeah. Um, I- and we don't have like Google Maps, so I can't just search up like a closest retirement home. Um,
No, it's also like the one I
uh,
told that your grandmother lives at is made up. So
yeah. Fuck. That
so wordlessly, let's just say, let me just ask, does Elspeth just go wordlessly walk to her vehicle
yes, yes,
and get into the driver's seat?
yes.
David steps into the sits into the passenger seat. He was following you, obviously. And as he shuts the door, do you just turn the engine over and go like
Yeah,
wordlessly, or do you say
David,
anything?
are you clothed?
You look over, you can yeah. He is close. He is
Yeah,
close.
probably. He's probably clothed.
But she's like, she has her both hands on the steering wheel. She's probably leaned forward. Her hair is like probably falling forward a little bit. She's not really looking at you right now. She's just like, are you clothed?
Um, I need. I'm not even gonna really have much of a conversation. I just need to get to where need to get to. I never get this bad. I want you to know. And I don't like when people see me like this. It's not pleasant. So whatever may happen in the next hour, I just want you to know this is not me.
And she says that she throws it out of park in a drive, and yeah, she starts taking the vehicle. Are you going to the retire? Where are you going?
I think I may have to go to the uh the elderly living home or the 65 plus building that I'm
Where you
going
the
to
one
go
where your
to.
grandmother lives?
Yes, just because I know it's there and I know it's easy and I am not thinking anything. I can't put any more deep thought into this. I just need to feed.
Do you want me to stop you from hurting someone?
I think it's very likely I am going to hurt somebody at this stage.
Do you want me to stop you if you go too far?
Perhaps.
Then let me
Yes.
help you the way that you help me.
Thank you. Where I'm going is going to be where people are already kind of older and sicker. So if something does go wrong, it's a little less obvious. Just so you know.
We will practice restraint together.
She
Okay.
nods her head, and I imagine Elspeth's in a little bit of a rush to get there. She can make me a dexterity drive if she'd like.
Yeah, let's do that. Dexterity and drive. Uh, let's-
No successes, which is fine. You just get there at a normal speed. You just don't get there any faster. On your way, as you arrive to this place, and we see the car pulling into the finely paved parking lot of this elderly living center, and you make your way to the front doors. This place is separated into two distinct places within it. Though the area where the those who can still live on their own are given apartments and such, and then the assisted living area where they can't really live on their own and they have just someone there almost all the time
Caretakers.
helping them. When you can, I guess we should wait for Bub to get back. But what are you walking? I mean, it's secure, right? It has locked front doors. You need a key pass to get in, or you need to ring a doorbell and have someone buzz you in. Um, are you how? What is Elspeth's plan? To
I
get in?
would
Is she, yeah, please.
I would like to like if there's like a security guard or something, I just want to let them know I'm here to see my grandmother.
Sure.
Um
There's not really a security guard here, I would say. It's not because again, it's not in like a place that really needs the security. Let me ask you this: would your grandmother give you a spare key?
Probably,
My
yes.
grandmother lived in an assisted living center like this, and my mom had a spare key to get in. So if the answer is yes, like if you're the closest, relative to her, then you could just walk into the
Walk
front
in.
door.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
the difficulty would become when you're trying to get into someone else's apartment, whether it be in the assisted living area or the non-assisted living area. So I guess we'll just have the camera kind of follow Elspeth. You park the car in the parking lot. You turn the car off. I imagine David's following you inside. You walk through. There's no, like I said, no security guard. You just kind of wave your key over. It's two glass doors that give way. You hear the lock unlock. They push forward, and when you walk in, you're in a little foyer where there's some mailboxes on your right-hand side, and then double sliding glass doors that then follow after that, which lead into a rugged hallway that brings you to a little receptionist desk, and then off to the left, stairs and elevators that will lead to other apartments as well as like first floor apartments. And off to the right is this assisted living center of like apartments and such. Where does Elspeth go?
I will
As you
probably
walk in,
go.
there is a receptionist there who's just kind of looks up, one that has seen you before. You visit mostly nights, and she gives you a wave. She's never seen David before, and she looks to David and kind of clocks eyes with them. She doesn't make a note or ask or anything like that. She's if he's clearly with you. But the receptionist would recognize you. Sorry, where do you go?
I would probably go to one of the non-assisted living just for the risk of running into.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a head cold, so I'm sneezing
No,
a
you're
lot.
good. You want to head up like to a third, fourth floor kind of area,
Yes.
or stay down the first, second floorish?
My alibi is that I'm visiting my grandmother, so I want to at least make it look like I'm going that route, but instead find a different door and try to break in.
So you make your way. You maybe go up one extra floor than where your grandmother would be. There are, well, the place, while there's no security guards, there are like those black domes in the corner of every hallway where there's like one security camera that looks down the entire thing. Do you want to go on the same floor as your grandmother? Do you do anything about that? I mean, I'm just curious what you do. I'm not trying to imply anything. I just little situations to get yourself around that you do have to concern yourself with.
Yeah. Probably not the same floor as my grandmother. Maybe I'd go up an additional floor.
So, and it doesn't really, you just kind of a door at random, one where you can hear either TV on the inside or you can smell someone cooking something, just someone that you know is home. And as you walk up to the door, do you ask David to do anything? Do you just have him stand there next to you?
I would say just mostly, do you see any security cameras around this area? I need a good blind spot.
It'd be the one with the giant. There's just the one at the end of the hallway that kind of looks down the whole hallway.
Okay.
David's big enough where he could stand in a position to block sight of you.
It might be good. David, can you just stand right there for a second?
I can.
David takes a step there and go ahead and dexterity larceny.
Okay, and I have a specialty. Um, let's see. Oh, my specialty is in stealth. I need to fix this. One sec. Dexterity, larceny. That's not great.
And you can't re-roll any of them,
Oh,
unfortunately.
because I have so many hunger dice.
But it's not a complete, utter bestial failure. It is just going to take a few minutes to work this thing. It's hardest, as we see, as our camera kind of pans down to Elspeth. Do you like pop a lockpick out of your hair? Is it in your purse? Where do you keep your little? Do you have a lockpick? Is that what you have?
I have a little lockpick kit.
So you pull it out of where? Purse?
In my purse,
In your
yeah.
purse, you pop it out, and we see you just kind of start working. And the issue is, it's just very difficult for you to focus in this moment. It's hard for you to keep your thought process without jumping ahead in the thoughts and thinking about eating the person on the other side, and just having to rein yourself back in and put yourself back in the moment and focus on getting this fucking lock unlocked first. And after about somewhere around 5 or so minutes of there, and luckily nobody. Well, let me roll. I'll say it's late. Luckily nobody's stepped out of the door, but you never know. Okay.
Lord.
I did roll a 10. I will. You both make me a wits awareness roll.
Oh God. All right. Wits and awareness.
If you hear them
Let's-
coming, like you basically, okay, you critted. So Elspeth crits. Even if David only rolled 2, Elspeth crits. You would hear. You're so hyper aware at this moment. You would hear them coming to their door before they even open it. So you would end up standing up and just pretending like you're either having a conversation with David or walking down the hallway until they're fucking gone. You just fucking go back to it.
Yep.
Eventually, the door unlocks, and I imagine you step in. I'm assuming David is stepping in with you.
Yes.
As you both step in and close the door behind you, do you lock it behind you?
Yes.
Okay. This apartment, like a lot of the apartments in here, it's basically the same setup as the one your grandmother lives in. It's almost identical, minus the furniture is not the same, and obviously it's not, the furniture itself is not exactly where your grandmother puts it. As you step inside, you would see little pictures of an old married couple along the wall, and there's like a little end table at the end of this little hallway that leads into this living room kitchen combo area, where you see an urn with some ashes and like a long crucifix hung around the urn itself, and a picture of what you imagine is the man's wife right above the urn. Are you both being quiet as you walk in? Like, are you dex stealthing? Okay, go ahead and make me
Yes.
dexterity stealth checks.
I don't think David's moving.
Okay, he just steps in and stays at the door and stays quiet.
Yes.
As you also step in, you wouldn't hear any TV on this side. The reason you picked this door is you heard the man snoring in his bed. The TV is off. Oh, thank you. I got Starbucks.
Hell yeah.
Lawless wife brings
That's a-
Starbucks. Just kidding. Sorry,
Venti.
a ninja call. Is he still relevant? Is he
I understood
still...
that reference.
Thank you. So as you walk in, like I said, the TV's off. You could hear him snoring in the bedroom. That's just like the one room attached to this living room area. And there's a lingering smell of like old leather from the leather couch that has probably been in their possession. In fact, one of the pictures you could see that leather couch much
1970s.
newer than it is now. Exactly. It's very much a sentimental piece. You can't imagine it's comfortable to anyone other than the people who are already very used to sitting in it because it's shaped to them very specifically. And as you walk in, David doesn't move from the front door. You quietly move through the hallway into the kitchen, living room area, and then immediately to the room that is attached to that, which is a nice small bedroom. And you see the old man with his little bald head back turned to you, hunched over and kind of curled up, snoring away as he faces the window with the window's blinds already obviously closed and such.
Mathis, when I no longer hear the snoring happen, that's when I'll move.
Okay. What do you plan on doing here, Elspeth?
Well, I think I'm just gonna.
Are you gonna like murder him first? Because he will. There is always the risk if he's not fucking dead, him waking up and screaming and or fighting is going to be a very distinct possibility. I got to look again because I keep forgetting what the role is. Unless you have it up already. But first, what does Elspeth do? She steps into the room, and maybe there is a beat of hesitation. She got 4 hunger. It's the only thing you can think of, and you want to drain this man of every last drop, but you're still not a monster. There's maybe a little guilt, a little bit there that lingers, just looking at this victim of your future violence. What are you going to do? What does Elspeth do? Beat 1.
She thinks for a minute. She assesses the room. She's gonna have to find something to gag this man, unfortunately, in case he does start screaming. I don't think she's going to kill him first.
Sure.
She's going to
you want to grab socks out of a top
sock
drawer
and just stuff it in his mouth, because this is the usual. When drinking directly from a victim, Hecata may only take harmful drinks resulting in blood loss. Unwilling mortals not restrained will try to escape. And even those coerced or willing must succeed in a stamina resolve test against a difficulty 2 plus the bane severity in order to not recoil.
What's your bane severity? 1?
My bane severity, I believe, is just 1.
Okay. He has to make a fucking constitution what save?
Stamina and resolve.
Stamina resolve? This old man has very little stamina. He might have some resolve, though. And that and the other hand. And blood loss, we were saying before the show started, it counts as it's additional damage.
Blood loss is like an actual damage term.
All right, let's bring it up. This is why we do 4-hour shows.
Yeah, let me pull it. Let me just search it on Demiplane.
27 episodes. I feel like we were doing this in SOS too. 30 episodes and being like, what does this specific rule do again?
Oh shit. Hold on. There's a actual thing
blood
for blood loss in the, I think in the core rule book.
Type in blood loss into the little dictionary thing and give me anything.
Yes. Yeah, if anybody in chat knows too, there's a thing with the way it's phrased in blood loss, that this is they take damage. I always forget how this works. Painful kiss, VTM. Hold on.
I organized my office, but all I did was stack my fucking books on top of each other. And vampire was at the very bottom. Because I'm an idiot. Okay. Blood loss. Let's see.
One sec.
Because if this is somehow worse for you already than it was, man. There's no. So this is the issue with the core rule book. There is no blood loss in the index, but that doesn't mean that it's not somewhere in the rule book.
Yeah, and I am 90% certain it is. Let's see. There's something with the damage taken.
Is it defined only in the blood cults book?
No, I think it's in the core rule book,
gotcha.
The 5th edition.
Maybe it's under damage or something.
I think it's under damage or something like that.
All right, let's take a look.
And
if we can't find it, we'll just do what we usually do. But I want to see if we can find it.
Okay. Types of damage: superficial, aggravated. Not what we want. Just regular damage info.
One sec, guys.
We're talking about
the only thing I'm finding is that it's considered lethal damage. Every single point is considered a lethal health damage to humans and ghouls.
I think
I guess that is technically different because I don't think you take. I think
it's about recovery time more than anything else.
Yeah. I guess they don't. I guess tech by rule, when normal kindred feed, they don't take damage.
And I have the old version. VTM book. So I don't even know, guys. I need to we need to update our VTM books because
somebody just give me control of VTM, please.
I still have the Modifius
Paradox,
published.
listen, just fire everybody
Hang
else. You
on.
already did that.
Everybody
And just
hold
let me
tight.
do
Let's
it.
see. Bite attacks. It's under bite attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Vampires can
Okay.
use their fangs as a weapon during a brawl-based attack to bite. The player must declare their intent. Bite attacks are easier to defend. Regardless of the number of success rolled, vampire fangs do 2 points of damage with a win on a brawl roll. Feeding from other vampires, feeding from bag blood.
Harmful drink from human that risks death and blah 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 blah. 1 turn per hunger slaked. Yes, I think this is actually it. This chart on page
So he's gonna
212.
take 2 damage every turn.
That's what it is.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
And that's where I'm like,
That
Hakata
sucks.
always kill. Like, that's the issue.
That sucks. Oh, okay. That's awesome. This poor old man is not gonna live.
Yeah,
He's
it sucks being a Hakata, guys.
oh my god, that's so much worse. Hey, let me look something up.
I don't think it's much. I think it's like a pool of 5 or 6, depending upon their health situation.
Yeah, and it's like D&D where an NPC's health is like 2 HP. So if you, as an adventurer, hurt them, they're dead.
No, it's like 5 or 6. I just scoped it out. They have like a pool of 5 or 6, depending upon their health conditions. So every time you damage track one Vita point from them, you are extracting 2 points, where someone else may extract less. So you kill them faster than everyone else.
Have a stamina of 2, and it's usually stamina plus 3, right?
Something like that. That's typically it. Yes.
So they'll usually have baseline 5, but he's elderly, so he's probably going to have less than
likely
normal.
4. Yeah.
So and then he has to make a composure resolve check to not scream, was it, or not fight back from his bane bite, from your bane?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So let's roll to the beginning of this.
Oh Lord.
You step into the room as
go.
described. He's got his back to you. The windows are drawn. You walk around his bed, and as you do, open up a top drawer, a couple top drawers, until you find a pair of socks. And you grab that pair of socks. As you come to the side where he's sleeping, he hasn't woken up and hasn't heard you. Do you just prop his mouth open and just jam the socks in immediately?
Let's be real. His mouth is open already. This man is snoring.
He's a honk shoe kind of guy.
He's honk shoe, exactly. His mouth's already open. You just widen it a little bit further just to get the socks in there. You do it in a swift motion. You don't care if he wakes up. Go ahead and strength brawl me.
Strength brawl. Okay.
Yeah, but you're kindred, and it doesn't really. Yeah,
he's an old man.
And old man strength exists, but not as strong as kindred.
Yes. 1 success.
1 success. Okay, I'm just going to say as long as you didn't roll no successes. Obviously, as you shove the socks into his mouth, his eyes snap open, and he goes from snoring to inhaling very quickly as the socks go in, and you hear. And that moment, David, you might not hear the muffled, but you hear the snoring stop.
Yeah.
And the snoring just goes. You just hear, and then as the socks go in, and he goes to maybe resist. You're already close enough, Elspeth, where you just kind of. As the socks go in his mouth, you probably leave your hand on his bottom jaw and use that momentum to shove his head to the side and expose his vein. As we see your fangs slide out from your gums as you get close to his neck. And just as David steps into the room, you see her sink her teeth in. And you're going to take your first bite and your first drink. So he's going to roll. He's going to take 2 damage immediately that he's going to have a hard time with. And composure resolve. No, resolve stamina.
Yes.
You literally told me and I forgot 3 times.
It's stamina
resolve.
Yeah, stamina
right.
resolve.
So his stamina, so his stamina is going to be a little lower than what a normal person's would. Let's see.
Could you imagine like a DM screen with all of this pertinent information?
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yeah. There's too many there's too many things. Yes, that needs to be organized better for sure.
Okay. He needs to be a 2, was it?
Difficulty plus my base
2 plus bane
severity.
severity needs to be a 3.
So he only got 1. So
okay. Yeah.
He fights. Is that what happens?
He does fight. Yes.
As your teeth sink in, he starts to flail the best he can. Does David step in and do anything? Or does he allow her to handle it?
I step closer and I am going to monitor like his health. If it looks like he starts to wane, then I'm gonna pull her off.
Okay, he's gonna make a strength brawl check against you, trying to get you off. You make an opposed one, I imagine, as you're technically pinning him down.
Yeah, it's opposed brawl, strength brawl.
2 successes for me.
He's
Trace.
trying his best.
That's
Me?
That's you. Yeah.
Yeah, against you. You're the one. But yeah, David's not pinning him down.
No.
He says if he looks like he's about to die, he's gonna
Got
come
it.
stop you. But yeah, the old man
Oh,
is
fuck.
fighting you.
I might be in trouble. Oh, fuck.
2 failures. So as you drink that first point, and you do get a point down, so you're down to 3 hunger and not 4. It's just yeah.
Do I have to roll a frenzy check while I'm feeding at hunger 4?
4.
Oh
Yeah, the blood.
first taste of blood. Yeah, there's so much going on. I forgot. Yeah, give me a frenzy check.
Yeah.
It's like as his elbow collides with your jaw, you have to make a frenzy check.
Yes. Oh, 1 sec. I roll resist frenzy. Here it is.
I think you need.
Let's see. Hold
I thought it was
on.
3 at
I think
at
it might be
4.
3.
think it's 3.
Tasting blood at 3, I think, is a
Taste
tasting
of
blood at
blood while at hunger 4 or higher, difficulty 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
She frenzies.
So
I'm
two
about to
frenzies.
fuck this man up.
It's the moment. I mean, so as you take that first point, and there's this. You felt. Have you had a frenzy before with Elspeth? Actually, I think you have, right? Just once.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. I don't think
she has with
I
Elle.
don't think we have. I might have had to resist and I've succeeded, but I don't think I've failed.
As you
Oh,
take
Lord.
this blood, you have felt this feeling before. There is value in a human being dead over alive. And as you drink that first taste of blood, the thoughts immediately roll in, especially as his elbow hits your jaw because he's rolls. Now you get, as you frenzy, I think you get bonuses to your strength, I believe, and penalties to your mental stats. I'd have to double check.
I think that's only if you ride.
Okay, might be just from riding it.
Yep.
All right. There's that first thought of he'd be much more useful as a corpse. And then as you drink his blood, that instinct or feeling of him being better off that way no longer becomes a feeling, and it is immediately a certainty. Not only are you going to feed him and drain him to a corpse, you can take this corpse home. And you're going to practice with this fucking corpse. And so you drink, and he flails, and his elbow collides with you, and he wins that roll, as we've seen. And he pops your fangs out of his neck as he's flailing, and it becomes immediate, David, obviously, that this is not going smoothly. And you can go ahead and give me a wits insight check, David, as her head gets thrown off and her eyes are wide.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh Lord. Oh God.
Okay, this isn't a bad pool for me. I got 2 successes.
And you could reroll 2. Your call.
I can't imagine that. I'm just gonna stick with the 2.
Sure. What does David do when he sees this fly open? And obviously Elspeth is looking not necessarily
Looking a little feral.
here. Little
Yep.
bit. I mean, yeah.
What would David do in this situation? I think that with the teachings that he's had from Janet, I think he puts his hand on Elle's face, like sort of like cuff the face, like that, and then with the other hand, he puts it on the man's chest and prevents him from getting up.
Obviously, Elspeth, you're going to be immediately resisting him, so you may oppose strength brawl checks against each other, David and Elle.
Oppose strength brawl.
Oh wow! I only had 1 success. I'm gonna will.
Okay.
Okay, I had 3 successes.
2.
So David succeeds on his roll, obviously, to kind of push her away from him. Is what you said you were doing?
Yes.
And they're
I'm just not pushing. I'm just like holding her head.
yeah, holding her back. And the old man is. You want to? What about you? You want to hold him down too?
Yeah. Did you feed? Did you get food, or was
She
this?
got one
You got
point,
one.
so
You
she's
got,
at 3. But
Okay.
she's frenzying at the
Okay.
moment. He's still up. He's still awake, and now he's aware. Like he doesn't know what's happening necessarily. Only that he's being attacked, and maybe he thinks you went to slit his throat, or like you bit him. Maybe he knows you bit him, but he doesn't understand why. He's flailing about a bit. It doesn't take much for David to obviously hold him down, but it's more worrying about losing control of her than this guy.
Yeah, I think David will I know the character's weight. I know that this is an elderly person. I think he's going to keep his hands free, one on her face, and he's just going to kind of bring like the top of his leg over the man's torso so that he can't roll away. Because I'm guessing that Elle is on the other side.
Yeah, she's standing over him.
So,
like,
yeah.
he's in bed, she's standing there, and you're between them at this point.
Yeah, so he probably has like his hand on her face. So like when like you can feel the teeth against your palm, but you can't kind of get anything. That's kind of imagine what it's like.
So while you're frenzying, you have a couple options here. Your goal is to obviously get to him, and David is in the way. Doesn't really matter if David's your friend or not. That's not the thought in your mind right now. You cannot use mental disciplines, but you can use physical disciplines. All you give a shit is getting through David to get to that old man. Basically, you need the scene to end, which is will end the frenzy, or you fucking feed him and kill the guy and get what you want. What does Elspeth do in this next round to try and get through David? Is she throwing punches? 'Cause I don't know if you have any physical disciplines you can even really use here to head to like fight back.
No,
Just gonna straight brawl, just throw in punches.
yeah, basically just like try to rip through him with my nails.
Hey,
So
David, you're gonna make me you're gonna strength brawl. You're gonna take a defensive stance. Which one do you want to do? Are you hitting back, or are you just gonna take the blows and trying to like endure?
I'm just going to endure.
Okay. It's gonna be defense roll, which
man, Elspeth's gotta go to the
what
gym.
exactly that pool is real quick. Let me check.
I gotta get more protein, do
Yeah.
some and lift a bit because I got one success with my strength and brawl.
I mean, it's not what you're built for.
No,
What's the defense roll off the top? Do we know? As I look it in the book, dexterity, something.
Let's see. Defense.
I'm in the clans. That's not where I need to be. It's in the index. I know it's a separate kind of roll. It's not a strength roll.
It's probably a dex brawl. Is my if I had to go for a knee jerk reaction, I would say it's a dex brawl.
Something like that. Yeah. Why is this so annoying?
Been doing this for 5 years and was still trying to figure out the basis of combat is crazy.
It is.
None of us know it off the top of our head either.
No, it's
Is the question?
it's just the way this game is.
What is our question?
What are you rolling for defense?
It's defensive rolls.
A defensive, yeah.
When you're just
Because we understand we understand offense, but it's still going to be an attribute plus a skill. We're just not sure if it's athletics or brawl.
I think it's brawl. I think it's the same.
I think it's also brawl, but I'm not
think
sure if
it's
it's
brawl.
strength or dexterity.
I can't even find the combat section of this fucking book. Holy shit.
It's cool. Let's see. Dodge is not in there. Okay, so it is combat. That's how they reference it. We are in physical combat.
It's either
first,
dex
blah, blah,
athletics,
blah.
which is the equivalent of a dodge, or dexterity brawl, which is block parry.
Are we grappling?
No.
Okay.
You're blocking?
We are defending versus
Well, she's not
ranged
grappling you.
attacks.
She like this is between you and her. No, you're just gonna defense. You're just going defense. If you're grappling, it's a strength brawl. If you're just defending against her blows, it's a different roll.
Defense against the blow. It's dex brawl.
It's Dex Brawl. That's I'm pretty sure that's what we rolled for Dakota. I think it's Dex Brawl. My gut tells
That
me
makes
it's
sense to me. I'm about to throw this book out the window. I absolutely loathe this organization.
So you want me to roll a Dex Brawl?
Yeah, go ahead and make your Dex Brawl roll.
Got
I'm
it.
just looking for it for my own satisfaction now.
It's also a very good roll for me.
I'm sure it
Unless
is.
I roll like shit.
Did you already roll your Strength Brawl?
I did. I rolled one.
I have 4 successes off of
You critted.
critical. Yeah.
And what'd you roll, Elspeth? How many?
Uno. One.
Yeah. So then, yeah. David obviously is able to completely nullify any and all swipes you're making at him. You're making what are arguably predictable attacks as you're just winding up and flailing like a wild beast would flail.
Damn, Tracy, 2 games back to back where my character is pulling yours off of another dude.
You're right.
So, David, as the rounds continue, what's the plan here? She's gonna keep trying to go through you until she gets to it.
Well, I mean, David is aware that the frenzy, this feral state, eventually ends. It's got to end, and if it doesn't
the way
end,
it ends is she gets to him or the scene ends.
The
scene has to end.
Okay, I'm gonna DM you, Mathis, because I think this is what David would do in this moment.
Hold the line. Look, David, I just need a new body to experiment with. I need a new body.
Sure. Yeah. Let me check something on Hunger Frenzy first.
Yeah.
Because it might just be to the point where she's so focused only on him. 219. They'll put Frenzy in the index, but they don't put combat in the index, which makes no goddamn sense.
Lacey brought me raspberry bread pudding.
Ooh.
Follows why everybody's getting treats, okay? Dot and I just sitting here like, where's our treats?
Where's our treats? It's fine. I bought ice cream before this. I treated myself. I treated myself.
Okay. Hunger Frenzy very specifically says they seek fresh human blood. So she is only going to be going for the human, no matter how you make yourself. That is not how the beast works.
Sure, but if I force it,
it still won't quell the frenzy. The frenzy is specifically for human blood. Human blood, meaning it can't come from a bag, and it can't even be an animal. When she's in this mode, it is human blood only.
Then I will persist in restraining. 1 second.
I'm gonna just take this man down.
Well, if he doesn't start punching you and putting you unconscious, you will eventually overpower him.
Let's go. That's my goal. Like, I don't know if I can just ride this, because that's might be what I do. Okay.
You have to make the decision to ride it before you try to resist it. You can't roll. You can't even roll. You have to make a decision. Really what this boils down to is either you're going to get your hands on him, or David is going to knock you unconscious.
Knock me out. Yeah.
Ending the scene has to come to a definitive end here.
Okay.
It's really up to David at this point. That David, I'm saying right at this point, you have to end the scene somehow. And not like right now, basically she's going to keep going until she gets past you and gets to him. Or you remove her from the situation, whether that means knocking her out or like aggressively taking her away while she's frenzying in a place that has some security cameras. You could go out the window as well. But you'd have to knock this old man out as well. You're in a difficult situation with her frenzying right now.
That is difficult. I think it would be more difficult for someone who doesn't understand the broader concepts at play. But
you're not really sure what to do here. I guess David's really only never really dealt with this on his own before, and you're holding her back, and you can make a few more rolls, but like she is never, as long as that man is there and in her sight, until her beast is quelled. She's going to be trying to rip through you.
Okay.
And I will.
Oh, give her enough time.
Okay.
She will.
Yeah.
David is definitely aware that Kindred can come back from the brink of death.
Oh, yeah.
Is
You
there a
won't punch her.
way that David can... Oh, he's got
My
such a
ass.
depth of understanding of like anatomy. Can you just break her neck?
Oh,
Yeah, you oppose grapple check first.
damn.
Strength brawls against both of you.
All right. You know you're gonna win. I got 2 fucking dice in this pool. I can't even I can't even willpower reroll because they're all hunger dice.
I got 5 successes.
Against you, Elspeth's one. You
Yeah.
immediately, you're probably holding her back a few times. She's clawing at you, not really doing much damage because you're just able to roll higher than her almost every single time. And eventually you realize, okay, this isn't stopping. You maybe 10, 15 seconds in, the old man is becoming ornery. Keeps reaching for the sock in his mouth. You keep having to like lay your foot on heavily, make sure his arms don't move.
Sure.
And you're dealing with her swiping at you and trying to get by you. Eventually, like, fuck, okay, I need to make a decision. In a swift move, when she makes for a lunge, you allow her, you instead of blocking, slightly adjust, allow her momentum to carry her forward. So you pivot behind her, throw both your hands under her neck and under her throat. And we'll go ahead and make me, Elspeth, you can go ahead and make me one more strength brawl versus his strength brawl. Because he wins the grapple. Now he's going to make the attempt.
Oh shit. Okay.
Unfortunately for Elspeth, you roll 2 dice.
Yep. It is unfortunate.
David, go ahead and make me yours as well.
Strength brawl again?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Lord.
2 failures on Elspeth's since she can't re-roll them.
4 successes.
Okay. Yeah. And as you kind of you level your left hand palm against her chin and then the other one in the back of her head in one swift motion, just assuming your logic and understanding of Kindred is correct, you move, snap, there's a loud pop, and her tense muscles and her arms instantly just drop by her side, and her body goes completely limp in your arms. The frenzy is over.
Do I take like some superficial or aggravated damage from that?
You'll take superficial damage, essentially. That puts you into a paralyzed state, kind of a torpor-esque state. It doesn't remove your head, luckily. So you kind of like fall to the ground. The old man immediately stops and looks shocked. Just seeing that happen. What do you do with the old man?
I am going to, for the sake of the experience, I'm going to feed until he's unconscious from him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give him my blood.
I need to write this down real quick. Hang on a second. Okay.
Huh?
You only need to feed 1 more point off of him, and he will go unconscious.
He's in
And
pain.
luckily,
He's an aggressive,
I fully
right? Like
understand.
I'm just saying this for Trace. Like he's in pain. Like this guy is
That's
going to
fair.
wake up later and be like, "What fuck?" Right? Like he's
So
going to be in full on panic mode. So David's going to clean up the best that he could with him alive. He's going to feed until he's unconscious, and then he's going to remake his room like the way that he was sleeping. Like it was just a horrible nightmare.
Sure. You feed on him. You lick the wound close, obviously, in doing so. You give him a point of your vitae. So again, make sure mark yourself down to 2 hunger.
Yep.
When you do that, will go unconscious from you, obviously feeding him into unconsciousness.
Yep.
And the whole room goes eerily quiet when that's finally done. All that happens in a matter of 30 seconds or so, from the fighting to the feeding to both of them being unconscious. And we see David just kind of standing there, lit by nothing more than the light coming from the living room where you walked in from. And by his feet, her eyes open, just kind of staring blankly, Elspeth and the man, eyes closed, who's exhausted and drained of blood in the bed. You pick up Elspeth, and I imagine just kind of do you carry her out the front door? Do you carry her out the window?
I think, after he's made the bed and put the man into what the best he could probably assume is a sleeping position, pull the sock out of his mouth, and I don't know, maybe he puts it back in the drawer and shuts the drawer. It's just kind of trying to piece it back together. And then I think he picks up Elle, make sure that the door is locked, and if he can get out the window without causing too much duress or harm, then he will.
Yeah, you could. You could. It's not like this is his apartment doesn't face like the main street or the parking lot, and more faces the back where there's a line of trees. There's really not much out there, so you can easily slip out the window, and you do. And you still have light as a feather, so you can kind of fall without taking much damage. And you're carrying Elspeth, obviously, but you're still kindred. And as you fall and land on your knees, and we see you kind of take the shock and impact as Elspeth's limp body, her jostles a little bit in your arms. We see you walk off, heading back to the quarry. And I know it's early, about 15 to 20 minutes, but let's take a break here because I need to go look something up real quick for a rule. And also, I need to go to the bathroom. So we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, and we'll be back for the rest of the show.
All right, guys. See you soon. Hello,
Hello?
everybody.
Hello. All right, back from break. We're just gonna jump into it because that opening hour was not the expected opening hour, which I love. So as our camera kind of fades back into the game, we're actually just at the interior of the car. We hear the door shut as our camera snaps in, and we see. I imagine you're putting her in the passenger seat, and David goes into the driver's seat for a moment, or do you put her in the driver's seat? Yeah, because she's not necessarily going to wake up right away. It depends on when she decides to rouse the blood, because she's conscious in there. Wait, do you put her driver's seat? Or do you put her passenger seat? You tell me.
I think he's going to put her in the passenger seat.
Okay. And do you do it? What do you do after that?
I'll get into the driver's seat and I'll sit there for a moment after, pushing the chair all the way back.
Yeah, we can hear the chair as it gets all the way rolled back, just barely enough space to be only mildly uncomfortable for you.
And I think he kind of looks at his surroundings and takes everything in for a moment before he looks down to his palm and realizes that she's a kindred. She'll bounce back from this, but that she's probably going to wake up still hungry from what's occurred. So
as you look around, taking everything in, it's like the dull amber glow of like the parking lot lights that just illuminate the few cars that are here, those visitors and mostly employees working this place. Our camera pans down from that to your palm as you look over to Elspeth, and we wordlessly take all that in. And do you use a knife? Do you use your finger? Do you just like...
I'm gonna use my finger to do this. I'm gonna kind of like with one hand, I'm gonna sit her in a position where her head's tilted back and pry open the jaw.
Yep, it just kind of opens and lazily hangs as she gazes upward at the ceiling, just blankly. And we see you.
I think he does. He flinches across like the wrist, and as he like pulls the wrist up to her mouth, he'll kind of flex a few times, pushing the vitae out. And David would probably say something to the equivalent of like, "We must be more careful with how we feed.
And
this was not safe."
As you take if you add one additional hunger to yourself, David, bringing you to 3, and then Elspeth goes down from 3 to 2. We watch as your thick crimson vitae kind of pours out from your palm into the open maw of Elspeth. And as it hits your tongue and rolls across it, it's a flavor you are not familiar with. Yes, blood or vitae all has kind of an underlying common flavor through all of it. But each kindred, let me ask you, Elspeth. Has Elspeth ever tasted kindred blood before? She's only a year or so old. If she would have had to, actually, She
Or
was a ghoul first. She would
yeah.
have tasted your sires.
Yes, correct. And that's
Beyond your sires,
probably it.
there is a stark difference in taste between the vitae of your sire, which had like an old kind of ancient feel to it, not like old dirt, but like if you were to compare it to a wine, something that has sat around for quite a long time, carries an essence of other things and other beings in it, like a lineage that you can almost taste here. But with David, if we're going to keep comparing it to wines, like a mixed red, it's bright and kind of lights up parts of your brain that all pulled you would pull from different wines, I guess. I don't know, a good way to put it for David is no one flavor seems to dominate when there's a few that seem to be fighting for dominance on your tongue. First, it's sweet at the tip of your tongue, but as it rolls back, it has a rich, savory taste to it. And as it rolls back further, then there's that bitter kind of alcoholic taste you can always taste at the back of that. And all of them are fighting for your attention as it then kind of goes down to the back of your throat. Again, you're conscious the whole way. And as it does so, you go from 3 to 2 hunger. And if you choose, you may spend a point now, rouse now, and heal your some superficial damage if you would like to.
Yeah. How much superficial did I take from that?
You're basically full.
Okay, so I'm full at the superficial level. Got it. Let's rouse to let's see.
Okay. So you're hungry, so you go to 3.
Look. Okay.
Sometimes the dice just do what they do. But
All right.
You heal whatever your blood potency is. I think you were going to heal like 2. Let me double check.
Yeah. Uh, superficial up to their stamina rating?
15. Humans, mortals, it's up to their stamina. Maybe it's the same for kindred. But I know that's what mortals do.
Oh, right. Mortals can remove a number of vampires can remove a number.
What's your blood potency? 1?
1.
Okay, you can heal 1.
Oh.
Unless that was changed in the player's guide. That is possible.
No, I think Demiplane's saying the same thing. So
okay, so you would heal 1 of that superficial. You're gonna this is gonna be a long, many nights of healing. You'll basically heal 1 every night as you rouse check to wake up automatically. But you would bring yourself down 1. You'd be conscious. Maybe as the blood kind of pours down, and David, you look down to your palm and you watch it very slowly kind of stitch itself back together. You would hear like some subtle cracking and then a pop as you look over and you see kind of a twitch to her head, and then another sharp snap twitch as her head automatically realigns itself. And as she does, her eyes blink. She kind of closes her jaw. And as you rotate your neck, as the bones and muscles set right back into place, instinctually, Elspeth, this feels nothing but natural to you. As you hear that last crack and you roll your neck, you're back in control. The beast does not have you. You're here in the car. 3 hunger, both of you, but safe.
oh. I take it the guy's okay.
He will survive.
Thanks.
You are welcome.
Yeah, that kind of hurt a bit. And I don't really feel that much better, but
I dislocated your C1 and C2. Your atlas and axis were shifted.
you really are good with the anatomy stuff, huh?
I like bodies.
Guess that comes in handy for situations like this. Uh, David, maybe those animals, maybe that little petting zoo that you go to, it's not looking so bad right now.
If your bite causes this in others, then I would recommend something more safe. Long-term planning will keep you alive.
Yeah. I have the one contingency of folks in the hospital.
You recently used that one, right?
But I don't like to go there too often because then people ask questions and it gets real bad. So I can't do that all the time.
Has your bite always hurt people?
Yep. since day one.
Yet you continue to feed from them like this.
I don't really have uh, any other options.
Can you not feed from animals or bagged blood or from the dead?
It doesn't taste the same, you know?
I
And
don't.
there
like-
is something, I mean, we don't talk about it much, but there is an inherent with dyscrasias and shit powers that come from humans stronger.
It's true. It's just different, you know?
We do not always get what we like. And you are lucky that I am here because you would have a body.
Is that so much a bad thing?
Maybe worse if you did not get enough blood. He was weak and old. If you had continued beyond the door, what then?
Yeah, I know. It could have gotten bad.
I know that I am not supposed to share my blood. You can tell Janet. My feelings will not be hurt. It is the only way that I could keep you here now. I'm afraid that you would have woken still hungry and feral.
You're right. It could have happened. So thanks. Tastes pretty good. Just saying.
Almost like trying to lighten the mood. I imagine a lot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in my mind, as this conversation is happening, Elspeth's kind of like been looking down, like or away, not necessarily directly at David. And as
Yeah.
he says that, and like a way to lighten the mood, still not looking at him, she says that though, like, oh, he tastes pretty good. The camera focuses on David, like shifts focus real quick, and does David just kind of like take that like does David even react to that line?
I don't
It was clearly said as a lighthearted thing. But
I don't think so. I think David it's not the same David, right? He no longer sees the goodness and the intent. He sees the infractions and the risk. So that's something that kind of weighs a bit more on him. And maybe
the
this is like looking
silence
through the lens of like what Janet says, right? Like this that impact is so profound on him that I don't know. I don't think that he would. I don't think he'd like that a lot. Like he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't be like bad, right? Like bad Elspeth, and
No,
like
he just might not say
bap her on
anything.
the
He just
nose.
might stay silent. There might even just be a beat or two of awkward silence before Elspeth's like, okay, we should just drive out of here, and turns the car over and leaves. Are you heading back to the quarry?
How far away am I from the yards?
From where you are, because she was out near the Cambridge area, this area, like not out in Cambridge specifically. I mean, you're like an hour away, maybe a little less, maybe like 40 minutes away. You'd have to ask Elspeth to drive you there.
Do we want to stop back at the quarry first?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. We should stop back.
Yeah.
And the drive back is relatively peaceful, maybe even a little bit more silent than usual. They're gone. I would say, Janet, they're not gone that long. Like this felt like a long time, but they're gone in like less than an hour, maybe just about an hour. Maybe a 30-minute drive there. They were in the building for 10 minutes, 30-minute drive back. When they arrive back, you've got just Magpie around. He showed up at some point and he's just doing security stuff and kind of setting up security, and very much does everything he possibly can to stay out of your way. Like,
okay, good. I'll probably
desperately
doing
tries to
paperwork
avoid
or
you.
checking stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you would hear Elspeth's car roll up and rumble up as they get back, and you would, David and Elspeth would both rejoin you. Elspeth is, I mean, looks about the same, honestly, since that she left. She just kind of left all kind of haggard.
I
Doesn't look
mean,
any much different.
the truth is, Janet knew you needed to feed, and she doesn't. As long as you didn't break the masquerade, she doesn't give fucks. So I think she just sees you pull up. She kind of waves as she's like flipping paperwork or doing whatever Janet does. But yeah, she's not concerned.
Hey Janet. Just had a little feeding excursion. Didn't go the best. I got a little frazzled, but David helped out, so
That's why I asked him to go with you.
I'm glad you did.
Janet Janetti knows a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yes, you do.
So why do you sound so down in the dumps? Don't you feel better?
Not really.
She's still at 3 hunger now, you know.
You know that how when it happens and you get like you can't really control it. Well, David held me back and I didn't really get too much from it. So I'm still pretty hungry.
You know what you need?
Blood?
Well, yeah, a victim. You need a regular source of maybe people that enjoy pain. Have you
Yeah.
considered a BDSM club?
I've never been to one.
I mean, if you're struggling with people fighting against the pain, you might as well go where people
Who
like
are
pain.
into it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
A thing or two about a thing or two. Okay, so on to business. Are we ready to move on?
Yes, business as always with
David,
Janet.
how are you feeling about your new meat suit?
I do not like it.
What would you like to do about that?
I wish to have my wings back.
Would you like to go tell the Witch of the Odd about it?
Yes.
Well, get back in the car, but we're not driving that horse.
Okay.
David runs kind of swiftly, very light-footed, like almost like a child to his pod, and he gets one of the books that were brought up last week. It's of the 10 books that David brought from the library of Janet, and it is the Zen of Art and Motorcycle Maintenance by Robert Pirsig.
Well, is that like light reading for the trip?
This is for L. For your boyfriend.
Oh, boyfriend. Well, as much as I love giving gifts to each other, we need to talk about the fact that the Witch of the Odd, she asked for something in return, and we haven't quite figured out what we're gonna give her. It's like maybe showing up without a hospitality gift's a bad idea. What about that new piece of art you made? That statue?
Yes. Janet, I think we are going to have to take the hearse to fit that statue in the back.
God damn it. Well, first off, David, is that what you would maybe like to give her?
That's a great
idea. Not that
idea.
he can't stay here and we can put it into inventory, when the shop opens or whatever, but, it was your first one. Yeah, maybe has a meaning?
I'm sure that there is meaning, but it has left my fingers. It is now there. And if it is of her, then I think it should be for her.
Wait, the statue's of her?
It looks like her, does it not?
Maybe for the first time, Janet's really taking it in and like.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I see that. It could be the nudity, the hair, the general slouching.
I still do not understand why I was able to make this piece.
Before we met her.
Y'all have never heard of prophetic anything? Maybe David's a little sensitive. My mother, she could tell when it was going to rain.
Or maybe David knew the witch in his previous lives or something?
Or maybe he knew the witch was going to want a gift before he knew she was going to need a gift, David, you're very special.
I do not see how. Many keep saying that, but I do not see how.
Well, that's okay.
Really
you don't
impressive.
have to understand it for it to be the truth.
I will just accept your word for the truth.
Oh, man, if more men in my life had said that to me, do you know where I'd be right now?
Hey, God, I
Not in
hate
this
that I
fucking
had. I'm like,
quarry.
Janet would say, if more men, and then you were like, more men. I'm like,
That being said, do you want to take the hearse? We can load this beautiful piece of art in the back and take it to a junkyard, which seems ass backwards, but here we are.
I would give her my arms if it meant that I could have my wings back. This art piece is something simple.
I don't think we need to get rid of your arms yet, honey. She didn't ask for a limb.
Okay. So that's a great gift. I think she's going to love it.
Okay, well, do you want to drive?
I
I don't know
guess.
that I don't I don't know that I can be seen driving a hearse.
I, I just had a really rough start to my evening.
Oh, get over it. Boo-hoo. What, did you kill somebody?
No.
No,
I made sure that she did not.
but I
Thank
wanted
you,
to.
David. Very good. That's great. So what are you whining about?
I am still extremely hungry. I need somebody soon.
I had to stop her.
Yeah.
I can solve this problem. Do you want me to solve this problem?
I'm about to pull a rat off of the street, as how I'm about
Is
to
that
solve
what
this
you
problem.
want to do?
Not really. They taste like ass.
I'm gonna load the statue into the back of the hearse.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call. Sit here. Just sit right here. Janet used to be part of, a business without receipts. She knows people that
Oh.
know people where you can hire people to come and visit. And so she's gonna pick up the phone and make dial up a few numbers and be like, I'll be like, you want a man, you want a woman, you want tall,
Sounds like-
short, thick,
Do you have
two C's, a
what do you-
CK, what you
do you
want?
have, I can't remember. Do you have points and contacts?
I have plenty of points and contacts.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the average person can call up a prostitute who might be into the
that's what
BDSM scene. Now, I
Oh,
would do.
okay. I thought you were calling the mob and being like,
No, Janet's
"Send
just
somebody
hollering
over
up
that
a
needs
human
interrogation
who might be
or
down for a little
something."
pain, and we'll pay him proper for
Oh,
it.
that's fine. Absolutely. Yeah.
The thickest person you can get because it's going to hurt. So a big burly man. Or
Okay,
woman.
honey, just send me a bear, all right?
Yes. That's gonna be like, yes,
And
my
I'll
bear,
give him
got
a
it.
time. I'll give him a time, like later tonight. And I said, so here's the deal. I got you somebody. They're coming. It's gonna solve all your problems.
Thank
But
goodness.
let's make our trip first, and by the time you get back, you'll have, a thick piece of something to sink your teeth into.
I really need it because, A, if we want to even do any of this ritualistic stuff with this gangrel, I'm going to need to be.
I don't want to do any no rituals, no gangrel. We need more information, but
What?
you're getting ahead of yourself. Get in the front seat of the hearse.
Okay. All right.
And take us down to get David's wings back. Then we'll deal with your little hunger problem.
All right. Time to go.
Elspeth, what do you mean? So you
I
start
have
driving.
one thing on my mind at all times. It's talking to the dead.
Thick men.
Yeah, thick men. So the drive to the dumpster is relatively conversationless and quiet, I imagine. And much like last time, when you get there, it's nothing special. Car parks up. There's nobody here. Place is closed. The gate is closed. There's barbed wire and a tall fence. And the lock that was, I think you broke it on the way out. I can't remember. No, you went up and over. You went up and over the gate, right?
We flew
On the way in.
On the way out,
On the way
we had to
out
pick
was-
the lock
Yeah.
because he didn't have wings to get us out.
I
You
don't.
broke the lock,
I
right?
no.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
She
you
picked it.
shot it.
Oh, I shot. No,
Oh, right.
she managed.
Did
that
she?
was one of the ways you
Okay.
rouse the blood.
Okay,
and
yeah.
did manage to pick the lock.
Okay.
Oh, right.
That's right. Yeah, through the gate.
That's-
She was.
Because you were talking
Yeah.
about shooting it. The Janet
Forever.
Genetti
Yeah,
way
that's
would
right.
just be to
Yeah,
shoot the
Janet
lock.
just walked
Yeah.
up and shot it off the thing.
The lock
but,
is not
but she really
replaced.
wanted to
It's
pick
the
that
same
lock.
lock.
So.
The lock is still there. Does Elspeth just walk up? Dex larceny check it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's make this roll. I realize I need to put points in larceny. I have points in stealth, and I realize that it needs to be in larceny.
Oh my god, are we going through this? Now I go shoot the lock.
Yeah, you rolled no successes. So you're.
I need to
She's used to
You have-
sneaking out
you have-
in college, not actually
Yeah,
breaking
not-
in places.
not breaking in.
Do you have thieves' tools or whatever the fuck they're called in
have-
Vampire?
She's got bobby
Yes.
pins.
Doesn't
Let's
that-
be real.
But isn't it like an actual mechanical thing you have that gives you a plus, like a specialty dice to this? Or is
So,
that not a thing?
well, okay. So Sandman, the feeding type,
Yeah.
gives you. It's so funny because it says add a specialty in stealth break in. So like that's like I guess that
So
they
the
are not
specialty is
thinking.
break in. I would say that would apply to a larceny.
The idea
check,
is
though.
going through the
Yeah.
window, like the history of the
Yeah.
Sandman as they slip in through the
Yeah.
window.
So it's not. But
It's
you still kind of have to
but it just
break a
says to breaking
lock.
in.
Yeah.
I would be fine with you adding a specialty dice of break in to a
larceny.
larceny check.
Yeah, that's because it's like we're always
And you
rolling
only have
down.
1 point in dex, or just 2 points in
I have
dex
2
and none in
points in
larceny.
dex. I have
Okay.
2 in dex, and
You
none in
didn't even invest
larceny.
in larceny. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, yeah, larceny is the only skill that for like picking locks and stuff. So
I would like to shoot the
you-
lock.
before you shoot it, she has 1 extra dice she can roll for
Oh, that's
potential
right.
success. So give me a raw 1d10 roll.
1, 6, 7.
You did it. She gets the lock. She gets the lock.
As
Takes
I
a
come
couple
over and
Janet's
pull the
pulling the
gun
gun
out
out.
once again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I imagine she's there and you can hear Elspeth mumbling to herself. She's frustrated. She's fucking hungry. She's like having a hard time focusing. And Janet's like, she starts walking over. She's like, let me just shoot the lock.
You
And we
hear
can
me, like,
see
cock the gun.
handle of the pistol coming out of the purse just as Elspeth pops. She's like, I got it. I got it.
I did it. Okay, I can do this.
So this
All right,
pistol goes back into the purse and the gate swings open. And in you walk.
Well,
Much like
Henry
last
Merrick.
time, you just kind of wandered for a little while. Do you do
No,
the same?
I know what we're looking for. We're looking for the dick swinging can man.
Dick swinging cam man.
So I just start hollering out, "Hello, we're back. Hello, where's the can man?"
You step in, you're at the entrance still.
Hey,
You're
Crab
saying
walks
this?
in.
Yeah, he just starts shuffling in. You have no response.
Oh gosh, this is gonna have to be some like game we're
You
gonna have
start
to
walking?
play. Yeah,
Wait, what is the ground made of?
I don't know what's dirt.
Is it dirt or
Trash.
is it like
There's like
cement?
probably what? Oh man, that is a question I've never thought of. What is it? What is the ground in a dump?
Well, I mean, are we in a landfill? Are we in something where they like barge move it across? Because like that's in New York.
Yeah.
There's a barge to move it across.
Yeah, I would say it's something like that.
It's concrete.
Yeah. All right, concrete. There you go. Landfill operations. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Is there something that I could part of my disciplines here to sort of like reach through the stone and try to feel a location through the concrete?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You can make an attempt.
Sure, I'd like to try.
What ability do you use?
Let's see here. This is Visceratica, and it is going to be here. Let's look at system for this. There was no system explanation for this, so I'm basically looking at stone carving before I can reach in the stone. Let me pull up the discipline in the Google Docs.
I just realized the bane severity for blood potency 1 is 2, not 1.
Okay, so it would have been a four.
But he still failed.
Yeah.
Regardless.
He failed.
Yeah,
Rough.
but I was just looking that up.
Wouldn't be wall meld. Stone, so in this case it would be like Stone's Whisper. Cost is 1 rouse. There is no die pool, it's a rouse check.
Okay.
So rouse, and then I'm gonna guess like an awareness resolve, awareness wit, something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking. Wits awareness obviously is like the go-to.
It's a big mistake for me to do that. I'm at hunger 4.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, give me a
Oh.
wits awareness.
We're cooked.
Messy critical, 8 successes.
Wow. Do you have a compulsion? Is it just a create?
Oh.
The compulsion, let's take a look on the reverse side. After suffering, okay. No. It has everything to do with recognizing dominate and then suffering dice penalty equal to bane severity. My compulsion is not matched. We're gonna wait, hold on. The vampire feels abrupt clarity that they are and will be alone in the world without anyone on their side. On their soul to call on a friend. Crushing isolation haunts them, making it difficult to be sure of themselves around others. They receive additional 2 dice penalties on charisma checks, manipulation, composure, and resolve until someone demonstrates allegiance to them by performing an uncoerced action for the direct benefit of this kindred.
Oh,
That fits David rather well. However that plays out doesn't necessarily dominate the moment right now. And as you kind of just like, do we see you slip out of your shoes and let like your bare feet kind of stand on the concrete? Do you drop to a knee and place your hands down on it? And what exactly do we see David do?
I can't imagine David even has shoes.
Usually he wouldn't. Does he have shoes at all? Did he ever get any?
We never got shoes. We just got a suit.
Yeah, so you might have socks or something on at most.
Yeah, I think he probably he does the one leg up thing where you lift your leg and use your toe to kind of peel off the sock, right?
Yep,
And then he does it with both feet because he's still holding onto the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just kind of lets his feet nestle into the ground and just pauses while they're calling out to Dick Canman.
Yeah. As you lay your feet onto the concrete, it's not any echoing or sensation of movement, but a sensation of warmth that draws you. And it pulls you directly ahead. You could feel the warmth at a distance, just barely kind of reaching under the balls of your feet, giving you a sensation. And as you maybe take a step or two forward, you can feel the warmth grow as you do so. While you do not see any dim orange flame or anything over any heaps of garbage or refuse, there is a level of warmth you seem able to follow.
Okay.
Do you wordlessly do it? Or do you say anything?
Yeah, I think David just starts walking and following the heat.
Okay. Elspeth and Janet just following. So
Follow him. Yeah, he seems to know where he's going. So
you basically just walk straight ahead for about 5 minutes, which is seemingly a pretty long time. Eventually, as you continue to walk straight, on your right-hand side, you would actually see over one of the mounds, much like last time, that flickering orange glow of a fire that just barely licks over the edges of the mounds of trash. But instead of a jingle jangle of any tin cans or the waddling of a figure into view, you instead hear a voice not too far away, just behind the mounds of trash where the fire would be, says, "Halt! Who goes there?"
It's David, and I am seeking the witch.
"I know of no Sir David." And just as he says that, you see a man in cardboard armor with a cardboard helmet.
Oh, no.
And a symbol on a piece of loose leaf paper, not duct tape, just scotch taped to his chest, and one scotch taped to his the cardboard pants, out from the trash. And he holds his hand up and he says, "I know of no Sir David."
I do not know of you either, but I am aware of the Witch of the Yards.
"What brings you here?"
The Witch of the Yards.
"Why do you wish to see her?"
Why do you care?
"Because I am her guardian, first knight in cavalry of the Royal Wing."
And you speak for her.
"I do in this moment."
I do not believe you. Take me to the witch.
And he takes a few steps closer to you. Eventually, he will get very close to you, and he will lean in and take a very deep smell off of your armpit.
Are you
"Who are the
satisfied?
girls?"
They are my friends. They are my family.
"You don't have family. I can tell it in the smell."
Family is not something that is immediately led by blood. They chose me, and I keep them.
"A pet?"
No. Family.
I like being a pet. Have you been a pet before?
I do not know.
And get the head scratches? 10 out of 10.
I will keep that in mind. Please take me to the Witch of the Yards.
Hang on a second. And he just turns around and walks back around the corner from whence he came. Gone for about 30, 45 seconds.
Does he not seem very strange? He seems very strange.
Yeah.
Yep,
Worse than the other
not what I
guy.
was expecting.
Do I smell?
No.
No, I think he just has a sixth sense that we are not
He
privy
steps back
to.
out mid Elspeth sentence and he goes, By my honorable word of Sir Cardboard of the Witch, you may pass.
Cardboard?
Go.
That's my name.
This is the guy that Betty had met that one time, right? Or is that a different guy?
I think David looks back, like with his eyes sort of wide. He is real. Betty was not lying.
Right. Okay. I was just thinking that was the one that Betty met. Cardboard.
We thank you for letting us pass, Cardboardius.
Yes, thank you, good sir. This fair maiden offers you a token.
I do.
I pick up a flower from the ground. Here.
A flower in the dump.
God.
You find like a plastic flower somewhere.
Yeah, a piece of...
Give me a wits awareness. Give me a wits awareness.
Oh my God.
I like that it's just a
Turn
series
around.
of Splenda packets that are stuck together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. One sec. Oh, fuck. Character sheet.
Elspeth definitely used to LARP in college. There's no way you can tell me otherwise.
Oh, zero question.
I dabbled in theater.
Dabbled in the theater.
In the theatrics of it all. 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah, what you're able to find is like one of those fake plastic flowers that's been bent and crumpled and weathered from being in the dump for a while. It's like a sunflower.
For you, good sir.
And he reaches out and his eyes go wide. And as he takes the flower into himself, he will I immediately realize what he's going to do with it. So he just
Oh
he
no.
looks at it and he's like, I can finally perform the ritual.
Oh my God.
The Lady of the Sun will be mine. And you see him just kind of shove one of his hands down his cardboard pants, and he just waddles off into the distance. And he's like, "It begins now. The next 45 minutes, you are mine."
This
He
man.
leaves. He just walks away. You hear the cardboard scraping against itself as he picks up speed in his walking distance.
Dear God. All right. Well, that's taken care of.
David, do you just walk forward and around to the? Or
David
you just,
rethinks his life and everything he ever said about Betty.
Okay, well, at least we can trust her now.
Yes, he walks on.
As you wind around the corner, similar sight as the last time. Same areas to sit, a bucket, an old kind of rotten log. And there she stands this time, no longer sitting, staring from where you would round the corner, looking at that area. And as you walk in, she doesn't really look, and her eyes don't really follow you. They just kind of see through you as each one of you walks in one by one. And much like last time, she stays silent. And do any of you take a seat?
This is David's thing. I'm just here, to chaperone.
I walk forward and where she asked me to stand last time is where I will put the statue.
As you walk over, and you place it down, she just asks you with genuine or like a genuine earnestness to her, "What's this?"
This is you.
It is.
I am
She
sure
takes
of it now.
She will immediately start looking it over, walking around it, dragging her fingertips across the hair and down her body of this carving. And quite obviously to all of you, it is very much her. You can very much see it now, even if you couldn't before. And as she spends a couple minutes looking at it, she eventually stands back. She's like, doesn't look anything like me.
I made this piece before meeting you.
It looks just like you.
She looks over to Elspeth. Maybe you need new eyes. I don't see any resemblance, but I thank you anyway. And then she gets a big smile on her face.
I've come to you because you
So soon.
took something from me.
Well, no, I gave you answers.
I know that you meant to help me, but the answers you gave me did not just remove my fear. It was the part of me that believes that people can be kind.
Okay.
And
Now you're certain. You know who you are. No question in your mind, right? You are David.
I knew
David
that I
as
was David.
described.
I understood something when you took my wings. You took more than my wings, but those are very important to me. And I am still new, but I am still learning and at peace with this. Would you please give my wings back? And,
I like them.
and
Maybe
the
I keep
past.
them.
Why?
I like them.
I like them too, but they are mine.
Are you sure?
I am very sure. Just as your
Who-
arms are yours.
If I lose an arm tonight, am I no longer mine? Am I no longer myself? What if I lose both my arms? Am I now not the person with one arm? Am I a totally different person? If I lose a leg, am I different too? Who am I? Who are you?
Whomever you claim to be. And I am David. Of a clan with wings that can
So
fly.
you are your body?
I am whomever I claim to be.
I am very confused. She looks over to Janet. Are you confused?
No, honey, I'm just here to watch.
And then Janet, that is the most none of my business mom voice.
And
she
you,
looks over to Elspeth. What about you?
A little confused. Yeah.
you did not make
Good.
me better.
Did you think answers always make you better? Sometimes answers make things worse. And they
You-
never get better.
You simplified me.
Simple is easier.
Not always. I would like for you to restore me to my full difficulty.
Why? Should I? I mean, I know why you want me to. But why? You came here not just a night ago and you're already back so impatient.
You remove the part of me that expects goodness. And now when I look at people, I only see outcome, risk, and consequence. And that is not who I am.
And that's why this time's different. She completely loses her playful posture, but a wry smile stays on her face. Her head tilts forward as she looks up at you. And that's why I'm going to give you exactly what you ask for. It's going to be different this time. It's going to be fun. Stand at the fire. Suddenly her playfulness reasserts herself.
That sounds ominous. Can I just clarify? We're just bringing him back to himself, please.
He is who he wishes to be. He said it himself.
Oh, goodness.
If
Okay.
he thinks he needs his body parts to be him, then he will.
What if we just want to make a deal to revert him back to how he originally arrived?
Tomato, tomato, same thing.
Not
Right.
necessarily, honey.
Just the way you
Uh,
said that sounded a little ominous.
I thought it
think-
was ominous. What do you mean? Why was it ominous? What did I say?
I think we're just looking for some clarity, you know? And I think David wants to go back to how he was, not
Yeah.
forward into some new amalgamation of your sick little twisted game, honey.
Just answer. Always blaming me for the things he wishes.
I'm not
answered.
blaming you. I'm asking you to turn him back to the way he was when he got here the first time.
And he needs to stand in the fire.
David,
Which
there you go,
of
honey.
the yards? I wish to be David, not
Stand
those
in
in
the fire.
front of me.
She loses all her whimsy again and just still as a statue stares at you. Her lips barely move when she says one last time, and it sounds like a command rather than a request. Stand in the fire.
Is she using dominate?
No.
Okay.
Just tone.
Then David will stand in the fire.
Good. As David stands in the fire, much like last time, there is no heat. There is no fear when you approach. But the fire seems to react when you step into it. The flames lick around your legs and your boots, or rather your, not boots, your feet, as they are bare. And your feet at the bottom do feel that warmth still. The warmth that seems to emanate from this fire, but it feels distant. It doesn't feel here. It feels like you're feeling the heat through layers of thick wall after they've been exposed to the heat on the other side for hours at this point. That kind of distance. And as you stand there, she just kind of starts circling around the fire once, twice, halfway a third time before she doubles back and does it once, twice in reverse, steps back, reaches behind her hair, messes with it a little bit, pulls out a knot, untangles it, seemingly gets distracted with her hair for about 3, 5, 10 seconds or so before she snaps back and sees you again. And she's like, right, close your eyes and 3 times say, I want to be a real boy. And then she smiles.
He does it, hesitantly at first, but he closes his eyes and then wishes to be a real boy.
She's, as you close your eyes and you begin saying it, she actually just walks over to Elspeth and just kind of leans into Elspeth a little bit as he does that. Says, he's so naive all the time, huh?
He's naive, but also really smart.
Luckily for him, I'm wise beyond my years. And she's kind of off leans. And as he says, I want to be a real boy a third time, there's no grand flash. There's no ripping and tearing of the clothing. There's no immense show of magical power. You simply blink, and his wings are there. Almost like they were always there. And David, you do feel your sense of curiosity, that sense of, again, for lack of a better word, whimsy, the things that were stripped from you internally return with a momentary surge, but not one so overwhelming it dares threaten to put you into a frenzy of any kind. But this time, when it returns, and it is a familiar feeling, it returns in a way that is, instantly changed forever. In a way that we can compare to real life. When certain things are seen, there's no closing your eyes afterward. Once you see the world for how it is, or whatever situation from a different perspective that gives you true insight into it, even if you were allowed to go back, which you are in this regard, it's still tainted with the realization of what life is like without it. What life could be like for you in 10 years, 20 years, when you've lived in this world and truly experienced things. I mean, even in your certainty, you still experienced Elspeth frenzying for the very first time tonight. So much of the world is new, and that feeling returns, that awe and that fear of how much you don't know wrestles control back of you, but still with the tinge of knowing what could possibly be in the future when if you lose that. A struggle that I feel like many adults can kind of relate to, the balance of losing childlike whimsy and wonder with the reality of an adult world, but it's still up to us whether we hang on to it or not. And for David, this a fresh feeling in a supernatural way. You flex your muscles almost reflexively on your back, and you can see your wings kind of each pulling forward. You see them and move them. You can reach out and touch them. And the flames never rose above your knees, but they do settle at a lower level by your shins or so. And you don't feel that warmth any longer. She smiles.
He tests it.
Oh.
I think he's going to try to kick himself off the ground.
Yeah, with a kick and a heavy flapping of your wings. Some dust kind of kicks up with some paper and plastic trash that gets pulled up with the current of the wind that pushes out from your wings. You were able to lift.
In the most almost gleeful manner that he can sort of express, I think he sort of like quickly lilts down in front of Janet, and he picks her up, like just off the ground, not far, but like just a couple of feet, and he's like, "I got my wings back, Janet."
And in this moment too, we really see as the viewer that humanity that David has really coming through. Maybe even Elspeth looks up and looks at the joy as we'll get to what Janet reacts in a second.
I do that thing that moms do where they kind of like put their cup your face and do you feel better?
I feel so much better.
Great, see?
Do you feel like yourself? Like David?
Yes.
Well,
And
thank
even
you.
him hesitating for a moment, weighing that uncertainty. The difference is there. You had 24 hours of David with certainty, and you can already feel the difference. And when you turn to the Witch of the Yards, you just see her staring into the fire, completely inert, blankly gazing, paying no heed to any of you.
Well, thank you for your time. You keep the statue for measure of good faith. Come on. She's weird. Janet doesn't like you here. I'm gonna go home.
If it's not like immediately shaken aback from, David would walk up to her and like touch onto her shoulder and just say, "Thank you for making me again."
You would see that she has zero reaction. She simply continues to stare into the fire. The flames reflect in her eyes. You do touch her. She doesn't wince or anything. She just doesn't react. And Janet, after that says, let's just fucking get out of here.
Let's
Elspeth,
go,
are you just
everybody.
are you just kind of observing?
Yeah. Smiling because David seems like himself again. And
Yeah.
I too am ready to leave.
Well, can we go the long way around? I had let's do a drive by, not shooting, just a drive by.
So you leave the dump into the car
Get in
and
the
then
car.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
to go, and I show him the back of the coin, like.
So as you get in the
yeah.
vehicle and David gets in with you and all, and you begin to drive away, is there any conversation at all? Is it just like Janet, for you, you're like immediate business?
Have you ever done a drive by?
A drive-by.
Okay,
Are we-
I'm gonna take. No, we're not killing anybody. All we're doing is driving by. So don't
Okay.
stop. Just keep your eyes on the road. He and I'll do the rubbernecking. You just keep driving.
Okay.
You know how to get to this location?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I think I remember. I know where I'm going.
Okay, great. Well, we've got exactly 2 hours before your dinner arrives, so get on it.
Okay.
She drives. Elspeth a little nervous, like drive by.
Drive
oh,
by.
God.
This is so intense. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm an actual gangster.
Exactly.
It's a pretty straight drive. Is there any conversation in the car out of curiosity, or is it a silent drive?
So just from my understanding, we're just gonna go by, look at the area, and that's it.
Mhm.
Okay. And David, you're you're good? You're feeling good?
You probably hear it's a hearse, right? So I'm guessing it's like a mid 2000s hearse. You probably hear the locks on the inside of both doors going back up and
click,
down because he's
click,
using
click.
his wings to touch them over and over again.
Okay, that answers that question. I'll keep driving.
Remember,
So-
you're not looking, you're driving.
Focused on the road.
We're looking. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. You're just driving by
we're
the
just
address
driving
on the coin.
by, Mathis. I
Yeah.
want to know what's on the block, what's in this area, where's it at. Like, I want to just know the deets of drive.
It's a small, like like commercial area with a lot of like little one-story shops or a couple-story shops, like corner marts and apartment buildings. That first floor is a store or a Chinese restaurant.
Sure.
That kind of stuff. And the building you drive by, the area you drive by, looks like just a plain brick building with no signage out front whatsoever to indicate there's any sort of business there. Just
Any
a
kind of
brick
graffiti
building.
that matches the fist.
So no, not on me. Well, go ahead and make me a wits awareness as you drive by.
I'm gonna rouse for this. Okay. Might regret it.
What's your
after.
hunger at?
2 now.
Okay.
Oh, mine's
You're 4.
bad.
You're
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
bad spot.
You said
4,
you wanted
3,
a wits
2.
awareness?
It's okay. Janet
Yeah,
will
for
handle
the-
Janet will try to handle this one. We'll see how I do. I got the willpower to go along with it. So 3 successes.
4 successes.
And Elspeth, are you making one?
I'm just
No,
driving.
she is driving.
Okay, right. Sorry.
My
I
instructions.
forgot. I would say with 4 successes, while there's no marking outside of these buildings, there is on the front. Oh God, how would I describe it? Like right on the archway to the door there, on the left-hand side of the cement arch, you can see what looks like dried blood like prints up against like a concrete pillar that sits at the front of this doorway.
And only
'cause it's a
David
brick
sees
building.
this.
David, because it's 4. It's like a hard thing to see. There's no
Okay.
symbol. There's no
Yep.
signage. There's just that. David, you would see that.
Zwing taps on the glass. There's blood above the
Ah.
door.
Good eyes, David. That's what I needed. I kind of look around. Are there any shady people?
Everybody's shady. But yes, there's a couple people that linger in that area for sure.
You know,
You do a couple loops, or you just do like one drive
No,
by?
we just do the one round. I don't want to be seen. We're in a hearse. It's basically like calling
You
for
saw
us to be
two individuals on the outside of the building having a conversation,
seen. Okay.
like not walking by.
You know, Janet, if you didn't know, is part of the mob. So, you know,
You don't
the,
say.
the mob, they, when they have buildings and stuff like this, they'll have like street plants and stuff of that nature. Is there like a streetwise check I can make to see if this building is being protected by people?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a wit streetwise. I'm fine with that.
Do I get
Maybe,
any benefit for this kind of work?
I don't know. Because I understand what you're saying. I guess a +1 specialty I'd be fine with.
Okay, just give me anything. Oh, I got a 4.
4 successes. I mean, both the people out there having a conversation looked big and imposing.
Okay, that's fine. This is what I want to know. Like, is it? It does look potentially protected. Okay. David pointed it out. Okay, this is it. We get just what we get as we drive by. That's all I needed. That's all
Yep.
Janet needed.
And head over back to the quarry immediately. You just do one drive by, and you're like, okay, take us home.
Yeah, take us home.
Okay. You drive home, and unless there's any conversation in the vehicle, or unless you want to save that for when you get back, you would get back to the quarry without any issue. Nobody follows you or anything. It's not like you're pulled over in any way.
Well, we're just waiting on dinner to arrive. David, are you hungry?
Famished.
Oh boy.
Well, since the last few times you fed, it's not gone great. Would you like us to can I help you? Is this something you want? I could have delivery, like a DoorDash situation. Like, what do you need, honey?
I am afraid that where I am right now might lead to the way that Elspeth was earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna avoid that. So let's you tell me what you want, and I will try to make it happen.
Like, do you want those animals that you usually go
Yes.
to? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as soon as Elspeth's
Well, do you
dinner,
want to go back to the quarry then, or do you want to head to the petting zoo first on the way back?
we should probably hit the petting zoo if that's
Yeah.
if it's like on the way and it's a simple stop in. We should just let him go ahead and feed before we meet.
Agreed.
Elspeth's dinner.
So the question is, because for the most part, David can get in and out very quietly because he can fly. But if somebody's going to be there with him in case he frenzies, so someone has to stealthily sneak into the petting zoo alongside him.
Can you frenzy on animal? I
I
guess
think the taste
so,
of
because
blood.
it's
The
the
minute
taste
you
of
have a taste
blood.
of blood, you frenzy. Yeah. You have to
Uh,
resist. You
I
can
think
resist.
the better option here is going to be to have something delivered to the house, like to the
Like he could
quarry.
fly you in and stuff too. You still have to make a dex stealth check to hide.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not in Jimmy Choo's. So, I am thinking that. Wait a second. You are the stealthy one. I look at Elspeth. You have the stealth. You go in with him. You owe
Okay.
him.
yeah, this is true. I just look. When I was in a mood and I was like fighting, I'm not a big, I got these little arms, so I might not be able to hold them down if something
Okay,
goes wrong.
So an animal dies.
Yeah, but then he's still gonna be like in that zone going.
Until he feeds and kills the animal and fulfills his hunger, and then it'll be over.
All right, I'll supervise.
David's gonna fly her in then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy enough. Go ahead and make me a dex stealth check, Elspeth.
Dex and stealth. And I have the specialty of break-in. I don't know if that.
Technically, you're breaking in. So
Okay.
sure, why not?
I'll apply that specialty.
2 successes. You pick a corner basically away, and maybe in some brushes nearby. Try to avoid as much sheep shit as you possibly can while you crouch in the outdoor area. And you watch as David does what he does, which is usually kind of sits into an area and waits for them to come to him, which he eventually, one of the rams does. And when it does, and you feed, go ahead and make me your frenzy resist check. You need a difficulty of 3 or higher to beat here. And you are So okay, you're able to resist.
Woo.
Shoo.
You feed 2 points off of the animal. Or it's like a point or 2 points at most before you kill it. So you can bring yourself to 2 hunger.
I don't remember how many, but yeah.
It's not as many as humans. It's less than humans.
I think
you can bring yourself down to 2, and then you can feed off of another one with 1 if you'd like.
Yeah, I will.
2 of the animals will be feeling a little sick in the morning, which has just been annoying. Once a week, they seem to get sick for some reason. Does Elspeth also take an opportunity to feed from the petting zoo while she's here out of curiosity? She doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. She's not at 4.
I'm about to get.
You're supposed to get delivery back at the house.
Yeah, so I'll probably hold off.
Takes maybe 20 minutes total because of how David goes about this. Usually sits and waits. There's a couple times where there is like your basic security guy kind of walks by, never rolls high enough to see you while he's in there, doesn't care enough to ever go into the pens. The animals aren't making an ordeal because of the way David deals with them and waits for them to come to him. So you're very safe this entire time. After about 20 minutes, David is feeling much, much, much better and picks you up with a few flaps of the wings. You're off the ground. And before long, you're landing next to the car, which is down the street. And Janet's got the car running, and she's waiting in there, and David arrives.
Has Elle ever watched other people feed like that before?
I think she's seen Janet. No, she went to Janet when she went to go feed, but they did not feed in the same room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot I have the.
I guess you've seen Janet feed though, because she makes fucking pulpy stuff at home.
Yeah, you just haven't seen me prep to feed.
No, I don't think she's ever seen someone feed like a typical kindred feeds.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of weird then perceiving that. Like you literally see him sitting down on his knees, and when a ram approaches close enough, he kind of outstretches that wing and scoops them into him.
Yeah,
and it's the same. It's become the same lamb every single time because they know it feels good every time you bite them.
Yeah, it is interesting, especially feeding off of an animal. Elspeth maybe watches with a curiosity. So though she herself, I forgot I have the vein tapper flaw where I don't like people watching me feed. So you watching me feed earlier, David, was out of the norm for me. But that's okay.
After you're done feeding, you make your way to the vehicle. They open the doors. You head back inside of the vehicle, and off to the quarry you go. Looks like David did not frenzy Janet. Thank God.
We'd love to hear it.
Feeling much better.
Good. I am so glad, honey. Next up is Elspeth, and then we can come together because there's so many emotions tonight. It is like driving into a middle school dance.
Out of curiosity, when you get back to the quarry and the sex worker arrives, how are you dealing with him? Because it's a supernatural pain, like BDSM or not. Like
I got it. What is the plan? He rolls up, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Glad you have a plan.
I've got girl. Janet Janetti. I walk up, a stack of cash. We're gonna pay him in advance.
Of course, yeah. Right? As he walk in, he walks in. He's just got t-shirts and jeans on with some sneakers.
Sure. Here's
bushy.
Your cash,
you asked for a bear, so nice bushy beard. You know.
Yeah. Sure. He's thick. That was what we asked for. He fits the mold. How do you do under pain, honey?
He shrugs. He's like, and you hand him a stack of cash. So he kind of just shrugs and looks at it. He goes, "Well enough."
Okay. Well, my friend here, who you're going to be spending some time with, she has a thing for distributing pain. So I'm going to look him right in the eyes, and I'm going to say, that's a lot of money. You are going to do whatever she says when she says it until she's done with you. and I'm going to daunt him into fearing. And if you don't, she doesn't want to threaten him with death. If you don't, it won't just be the money I take back.
Okay. So you're just gonna
Just daunt
intimidate
him
him?
and try to force him to give in a little bit to what she's going to do to try to,
Sure.
help bypass some of this supernatural aspect. He can't get past the pain, but so I will
No.
do what is that? A
I mean,
manipulation.
if you do some manipulation, intimidation.
Yeah, with my daunts. Yeah. Okay. He just needs to stick with it till the end. What is happening here?
And what is he going to be rolling when you bite him, by the way?
Resolve.
Being weird.
Stamina and resolve.
Stamina resolve. Difficulty of?
Difficulty. So
Here's
it is
4, right?
2 plus bane severity 2, so 4. Yes.
Okay. He needs to roll well.
Okay, let's try this again. My character sheet was being a little funky. On to be plain. All right, let's try. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. Intimidation, manipulation. Okay. Oh, I only got 1 success. I'm gonna re-roll those 3.
Okay.
Because I can. It was not a good roll for me. Oh, still only got 1 success. Okay, well I got 2 successes.
2 successes. I mean, there's a look of like, not concern, but like, this is usually not how like most people aren't like warning him to go through. And as you gesture over to Elspeth, there's a little bit of confusion. And but he looks over. He's like, when he looks back to you, he's like, "Honey, don't worry about it. I've been through worse and much bigger than her."
That's really good to know. You're gonna want these, and I hand a pair of handcuffs from my bag, my Louis Vuitton, to Elspeth, and I'm like, I kind of lean into her ear. I'm like, just go with it. Once he's tied up, there ain't nothing he can do. Now take him back to your pod.
Oh gosh. Okay. This feels weird.
Yeah, he looks as you walk him away from like bringing him to your pod. He kind of looks around. He's like, "Just gonna let you know, I don't ever go somewhere without telling somebody else where I am. This place looks like I could die here. So if I go missing, people know I went missing here."
Are you being judgmental?
A little bit.
Okay, well there goes part of your tip.
Damn.
He just like holds that moment and just bites his tongue. All right,
He's in a business, and Janet knows it very well. You don't show up and start slinging insults about the house.
He looks to Elspeth. Lead the way.
Yes, to my pod.
Yeah, you bring him into the pod. Wow, it's so nice in here. So should like he kind of like looks to you like, what the fuck? Like you're little compared to him. He's like, where do you want me?
Right there. And she points to her little bed that she's made.
Okay.
Have a seat.
He has a sit. He's like sitting. Okay. And he starts taking off his shirt initially.
Handcuffs.
Do you mind?
He immediately raises his eyebrows. He goes, "Oh no, please don't."
She dangles them.
Were you handcuffing an arm to something, a hand to something, or his hands
no,
together?
I handcuff him
together
because
he's gonna have to. Yeah, because it's gonna be a little rough.
Do you want him behind his back then?
Yeah, that's probably more difficult to break out of. So, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. He won't be able to like whip his arms around you and like
choke
you
me
if he fails.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I just behind.
Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, okay, I see. All right, yeah, all right. No, you are little. I get it. It makes sense." And he puts his arms behind his back, and you hear them clicking shut, and maybe a little too tight. And he's like, "Oh, you mean business?"
And they're probably police grade, like they're not even the like fluffy
exactly.
kind. They're like legit handcuffs.
They're not fuzzy pink handcuffs.
No. Okay, he got his arms behind his back. He's looking at you, waiting for you to take the lead here, Miss. I'm gonna cause the pain.
She takes it like a short moment to like make it seem like she's into it, but she's really just gonna take a bite.
You're
out
going
of his
in
neck.
maybe like
She's like little smoochy smooch,
that's like
and
quote some foreplay a little bit. You're just like kind of
yeah.
playing
I should've
along, but
given you a
as
gag
soon
vomiter
as you
with it.
bring your neck,
Oh
your
yeah.
mouth to his neck, and you can feel the heat. You can even feel the throbbing of his pulse in his neck. You're just like, fuck this, and
Yeah.
your fangs slide forward, and you bite, and he has to make a roll.
Oh boy. And that is yes.
1 success, not even close to enough. He immediately starts fucking flailing. Do you gag him? I should have asked. Do you gag him first? Because I don't know if something Elspeth would think of.
Uh,
Elspeth.
Janet, you got a gag? No.
I mean, you can come ask Janet. She might have something for you, but you know, you gotta have like a
imagine you
nice
did
it.
floral scarf or
I'm-
something.
Yeah, I might just gag him with something that I like as I'm doing. Like when I start feeding, I grab something like a
Like
scarf.
as you're going for the bite, you go at the same time. Go ahead and give me a Dex Athletics check as you try to quickly like gag him as you go in for the bite at the same time.
Now that's slightly better than my strength roll. Let's see.
1 success.
One success.
I mean, he's going to be in a compromised situation here, so
You might say that.
1 success. I give the tie to the player. So as you go to bite, just as he's like, you go down and he's about to say something. Maybe even if you can feel the goosebumps on his neck from you like breathing on him and stuff. He goes to say something, and as he does, you take your left hand, which probably had like a scarf or something already balled up into it, and you just swiftly slam it into his neck as you bite him. And as you do, still David and Janet can hear the muffled.
So I'm glad you're feeling better, David. I mean, this is just life. This is kindred life.
A cup of
And
tea.
Janet has no problem with any of this. There's nothing weird about any of this for her.
I
Man
am-
with
I am as
you know,
well.
can't take it from his
Tracy.
dick. Weird. This is not weird. How you feeling, David?
I'm feeling good, all things considered, and I am really glad
Clanging.
that Elle recovered from when I broke her neck.
She's gonna. You what?
I had to misalign
you give
her
it to
vertebrae, the atlas and axis.
And as you take the second point, giving him 2 more damage on top of that, the next point will kill him because his screaming goes from
Oh no.
after
It's
over
fading.
the course of like 6 seconds as the blood is drawn.
So did I only feed one
You
dot?
you feed 2
I feed 2. Yeah.
2 dots. You can feel like the throbbing is slowing, his
Yeah, that's-
pulse is slowing, his fighting has, other than occasional swipe where his finger, like not even his fingers are behind his back. He did the occasional like jerk of his leg or something. Yeah, you pull back.
I'll
lick the
stop
wound
there.
shut, and he just kind of lays completely drained. He looks pale.
Elle
But
is very protective of the way that she feeds, but it is not comfortable for the person she is feeding from, nor is it sustainable for long term.
I know. We're gonna figure. We gotta. You know, we're gonna figure something out for you. I don't know if I need to bring rabbits, what chickens. You
I
know,
like-
something that we can get a lot of quickly.
I like
I don't
large
know. I haven't
animals.
You like what?
Large animals.
Okay, so we'll get you a ranch. I don't know. I haven't figured it all out yet. The best I can do right now is to satiate the hunger we have. What I'm gonna ask the both of you to do. In fact, when I hear him stop struggling, I come over and I go, "How are we doing?" I knock on her like pod.
you're
Good.
knocking just as you finish licking the wound, and you unlock the door, open the door, and you're like dabbing what little blood on the sides are. You're like, good.
All right. Well, grab his clothes.
Yeah.
Unbind his hands. I have the key probably, so I'll
Yep.
unlock his like handcuffs or whatever. And make it look all the
Yeah.
things. I take the scarf from his mouth and I wrap it around his neck and give some tension because we can treat this like an asphyxiation. He passed out during
Yeah,
the biz. And so Janet just kind of cleans it up and makes it look right. Throws things down. Do you want to leave him here? You want to put it back in his car? Like, what are you comfortable with?
Can we put him back in his car?
Yeah, sure, honey. I'll just drag him by his foot across the
Yeah.
quarry back to his vehicle.
Takes a little bit, unless David picks it up and flies with him. But all in all, he eventually gets back to his car.
You carrying you like we're down in.
Yeah, he's just going to carry him up the
You're gonna
stairs.
carry
and
him
then
up the
drag
stairs. I'm gonna carry this guy. I'm gonna put him back in his car.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, David.
Kick
You're
his
so
head to
sweet,
every
honey.
stair is like bing, 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 bing. Yeah.
Very kind of you.
Real rough night.
Okay, just put him in the driver's seat. Toss his clothes in with with him. And can I check his wallet?
Sure. Yeah. For what? What are you
Does he
looking
have
for? He's
like a
got
business card for his
because it's
endeavors?
illegal. It's illegal out in this
Yeah.
area,
Do
so
they have
no business card.
no
But
business
like,
card? But I gotta have. Okay, I have a rough idea of a number. So then I'm
yeah,
gonna leave him his cash. I'll tip him the
you
extra
can have his
100 or
keys. Like, you
whatever.
could drive this car down the street and like leave him on the side of the street if you don't want him to wake up in the quarry's driveway.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll leave him out in the middle of nowhere, just 5 minutes out or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Set it up, leave him there, do the thing. I mean, shit, I'm in his car. Can I go through his glove compartment? Is there anything
Sure.
good in here? Gun?
Yeah, I would say, what are you looking for in particular? Like,
Anything interesting?
yeah. So you open up the drawer. Yeah, you would find for protection likely like a 9mm pistol in there with fully loaded, obviously safety on, of course.
That's
A bunch of
low.
documents for insurance and registration of the vehicle itself. And what else would you find in there? Additionally, you would find a picture of his mom with a little note on the back from his mom to say how much
Well,
she's
now I
loves him.
can't steal from him, so I put it all back. I lock it up. I look at this poor guy, knowing the life that he lives. I tip him an extra 100 in his lap. Don't take his money. He earned it. He earned it.
Yeah, I figured
Um,
you weren't taking the money back.
And I guess I'm gonna have to walk back.
Yeah, unless, so you have one of them follow you and just drive you back. But
Oh
either way,
yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
true. We
take
got two
long.
cars. Yeah. One of them can come pick me up, and then I will come back. But
Yeah.
on the way back to the quarry, when we're all back together in our little car, and everybody's fed and feeling
Everybody's
better,
fed and finally like,
I think it's time that we need to have a really important conversation. The three of us.
Important.
Yeah,
Are we getting
important.
talked to?
No. It's more of a reckoning, like a truth bomb.
Okay.
Okay. The two of yous are using your power too much, and you're needing to feed too often.
I mean, what else are we supposed to? That's why.
I understand we got the power, we want to use it, but I'm special, so why can't I be special? Because because of all of this. Because technically, our most limited resource for kindred is blood. It's hard to get it. We can only feed in certain areas. The both of yous plus me, we got all these special kind of feeding types. Your people hate it. He only feeds on animals, and I need their innards. The amount of body count that we could be facing between the three of us could be bad. So I'm just trying to get a head start on not getting there,
I
So
I
the next time you
understand.
want to use your powers, I want you to really think and ask yourself, do I need to do it? Like your little obsession with the fires 2 nights ago? We didn't need all of that. You didn't need to be mojoing around her fire, and you wasted good blood to do it, which is how you ended up in the situation you was in tonight.
I understand.
I understand that you've had a hard 48 hours and you lost a little bit of your identity, so I'm going to give you a get out of a pass on that one, okay? You just a pass. But the more we use our abilities and our powers, the more blood we need. If we become a problem for the balance of blood in this city, guess what they're going to do to us?
We're gonna get in
Bye-bye,
trouble.
gone. No more Fall Guys.
I do not understand why this is a problem for me because I leave no bodies.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I'm not. But animals are also a limited resource, especially when you're taken from somebody's business like a petting zoo. So we either need to get you your own petting zoo, you got to figure out how to maybe raise some livestock, or we need we need to diversify the locations in which we can feed. So guess what? You now have an agency. Here's the number that you can call and order yourself a big burly piece of BDSM. All right? You also, I know for a fact, have the coma ward. So you got a couple options, at least for a little while. Now that you're not living under your sire's roof, you got to provide for yourself. David, I like the petting zoo. It's out of the way. Nobody ever seems to be around, and they don't have any security cameras. So I'm not going to disagree with you on that front. But we got to talk about the bestial side of some of these problems you've been having. These uncontrollable moments.
This is my
new for
fault.
Elspeth.
them?
It's new for Elspeth too.
I
Every
don't like
time
to be like that.
I have asked for something inside of me to answer, and I do not believe I will be asking for that
That's
in
good. That's great.
the interim.
That's growth. Yeah. Um, um, I think we all, Janet, Janetti included, want to try a little bit harder to fight our beast and not give it opportunities to just rage, especially when we're already in trouble. You know what? 6 months from now, if you need to have an evening with your beast, who am I to tell you what to do? But for the next at least like 5 months of six, we gotta lock in. Because here's the thing: if we are truly fall guys, they're looking for any excuse to take us down.
Yeah, I get it. We don't want to make anything messier,
Now,
get cause any more problems.
that being said, I have been thinking about our next business venture because the quarry is only one of the many opportunities that we have. And I've been thinking a lot about your well, your clan. And I know that you have this real dedication to your little herb store or whatever in Salem. But we have discussed your future, and I wondered if you would prefer something a little bit closer when, say, this is done. Maybe in Boston proper, something that is yours and not just your sires and your clans, because they have an idea, but I need a partner, but I need you on board.
So, expanding our apothecary maybe to the city?
Sure, we could call it an apothecary. I was thinking a little bit, maybe we don't franchise. Maybe you start something new on your own. Something
Okay.
like a morgue. Dead bodies can come and go all the time.
Hmm. A morgue. Yes. I that could be possible. I remember my sire telling me there's a lot of, believe it or not, there's a whole like political thing with morgues. Like the families who own the businesses. It's very hard business to get into from what I've learned.
Not when
Uh,
you're in the mob, sweetheart, because there's one thing we have a plethora of, and it is bodies and a need to dispose of them. So if you want to get into, say, the morgue business, I am a suited human to begin those conversations. Or I guess it's kindred, suited to have those conversations. But I can't go into business with somebody that's going to haul tail and head back to Salem to keep selling herbs from a small house on a corner. So think
yeah.
about it. Those ambitions we was talking about, opportunities for you to, expand. Because the reality is, Janet Janetti is not going to live in this quarry forever because this quarry belongs to David when it's done, of course.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I think that's a great proposal, a great business proposal. You know, David has this. I can have the morgue. You hopefully get your stuff back at some point. Uh,
Janet Janetti's decided it's best to move forward. I don't know that I'll be going back to tailoring suits so that the Vintro can continue to make fun of me.
do you have plans for your next venture?
Oh, honey, I've always got plans, and I've got multiple ventures. You're staring at one: the quarry, this potential morgue. I have other
What about
ideas.
yourself? I mean, you're really good at tailoring. Like,
All of this is for me. You think I won't be making money off every one of these businesses?
that's true. That's
I'm not
true.
doing it for well, maybe David said it out of the kindness of my heart, but everybody else is going to pay. I'm going to hold, a portion of the business. It's a whole thing. I'm expanding my options. The point of the matter is, I need you to think about if you're dedicated to wanting to do something like that, because if you're not, it's fine. I'll do it on my own. But I wanted to give you an opportunity, to 50-50.
No, I would be interested. Definitely. Think of all the cadavers.
Precisely. Think of all the organs.
Mm, yeah.
I guess you could say, food source for Janet Janetti when the bodies aren't coming in from the mob. Now, none of that is helping us with our current problem, which is that
Which current problem?
box Tremia, David.
Yes.
David, now that you're feeling more like yourself, honey, did you find your time with the Witch of the Yards and her little games to be enlightening? Did it help you figure out who you are?
She said that I was made of three, not from three.
Interesting. Okay, well, what does that mean?
And it's sort of like dumbfounded glare. Like he's hit with this moment of clarity, but he looks over to the conversation that just happened. He's playing it back over in his head. Ken, I know what you just said, that we need to be better, but I need Elspeth to use her blood.
Did he
El,
just talk about not using it?
can you look into me and see if I am haunted by 3?
Hmm.
Am I 1 or am I 3? She said I was made of 3, not from 3.
You know, Elspeth, as much as you would love to be able to give an answer, your abilities don't work like that. At least not yet. You don't know if there's a way for you to do that, but a body, a person isn't going to be a fetter.
Mm-hmm.
And where the veil thins, you could tell if an area is thin and like open to communication. It's not quite that detailed. Unless you have something that you could argue is, but I don't think you do.
I don't think I do either.
I watched Elle's Beast tonight come out, and she was a monster. She was feral, and she was hungry. When my beasts come out, they talk to me. Like I am haunted, like I am someone else.
Mathis, is it usual that the beast can communicate back to the body that it resides in? Like,
It is not
is that
common,
something...
but like there's always rumors. There's always that like the gangrel are like always talking to their beast and
Janet's
stuff like
trying
that.
to help him realize that maybe it's not that different, that certain kindred can...
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not unheard of, for sure.
I think it's important to know that even though we share clans and bloodlines, the beast itself is the one unique thing about all of us.
Then why are my beasts different? The first beast that came from me, he was suave and he was charismatic, and he removed her from her feet. And the one that I experienced yesterday, he was mean and visceral and revengeful, and they were not the same.
No, and you're right. This may go back to the fact if you are made of 3,
then I have 3 beasts in me.
You have 3 beasts in you because you have 3 kindred of the past in you. Like that's maybe not unheard of. It's also not unheard of that the beast can take multiple forms when it
But what if I
reveals itself.
was a body? If I was just a body and then 3 spirits were put into me?
That is a possibility, but your current consciousness, your Davidness, as you have learned over the last 48 hours, is absolutely a 4th thing. It is unique in and of itself. It's yours, your identity, even if you're carrying the weight of the 3 before you.
This is true.
Even Mary's Adam had visions of a past before he was something new entirely.
Okay. It doesn't really change your facts.
It does not.
If you do have 3 beasts, that might be unique in and of itself, but the idea of a beast is not, nor of it taking control. I've seen Toreador's beasts be so suave the skin could melt off of you. I've seen raging beasts from Bruja and Gangrel that'll rip bricks out of the wall. So I'm not saying any of those things are odd. What might be odd is the fact you have all 3. And if that's the case, then technically when the beast arrives, usually it's for survival instinct, whether it's feeding or something else needing to be fulfilled. So you really have like 3 backup systems, honey.
When I came from the box, my umbilical was dark and scathing, all-seeing, and cold. And every way that I have read and come to understand the abyss, it is that. What if I am David, but that those in me were pulled from the abyss? That symbol on that box was that of your family. Was it not? L.
Yeah.
And that deals with the dead.
So I'm actually not going to totally disagree with you, but I will be honest about the fact that some of this Oblivion stuff is way outside of my pay grade. If what little I understand to be true, it does line up with your story and your experiences that you could have, or the personalities could have been ripped from oblivion and put into you. But that requires extreme power. And who has that and the why? These are things, honey, I can't answer. And honestly, all of it's pontification until we have hard evidence that that is true, or somebody can tell us otherwise.
I'll look into it, David, and see if there's something I can find in my books or research or experimentations
I
that
mean, is that a reality that the essence of a kindred sent to oblivion can be ripped back into this reality, into this space?
Give me. I mean,
I'm
the only
asking
one who
I'm
has.
asking Elspeth. She's
Yeah,
the
so
oblivion expert.
yeah, that's what I'm asking as for a role is like intelligence academics. I would say for you, Elspeth, you're the only one who can make this role. Because while sure, you've been taught a lot, there's still so much you don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna willpower
Yep. Give me 3.
re-roll those 3. 1, 2, 3. Roll.
Hey,
Wow. Nice
Whoa.
worth
job.
that
Um,
willpower.
it is. You have heard of stories of people being able to do that. You know it is a possibility. You just don't even know how to do it. But if there's ways to communicate with spirits, obviously there must be ways to pull them forward.
Okay.
Yeah, Elspeth would
Actually,
explain that.
you would even be aware of no because of your sire, very particularly in the path that you're going down. You would be very aware of the ability to even host a spirit in your body. You've never done it. You've seen your sire do it as part of rituals
Yep.
occasionally. You know you can you not only pull them, but like the difficulty comes, and this is kind of what we talked about either a session or a session two ago, is the spirit or wraith, as it has to be nearby, and there's no way to guarantee that unless you have a fetter in which you can forcibly call the spirit to it and then proceed to do the ritual to bind it. So for safety, it's usually a 2 ritual process. Well, with regarding having a fetter, summoning the spirit,
Summon and
and then
host.
hosting the spirit. Yes, but it is involved. But no other clan can do it. Only Hakata have this ability to mingle with the dead in this way. So maybe yeah, Jen asked that, and all that information you're like,
Well,
now that you
can
mention
you
it.
rip us essence back from the
Well,
oblivion?
so that whole thing, yes, could be possible. I don't, that is like
But
way beyond my pay grade, but there is a way to grab a spirit and talk to it, be possessed by it, host
so
it.
with somebody that is in fact strong enough, they could.
Somebody's strong enough.
You know of nobody though. Like there's nobody that like forced a spirit into a kindred already. There's no like what you can
Possess a kindred.
Actually, you rolled 4 successes. What you know is possible is taking a dead human being's body, like it has to be mortals because it would dust otherwise, and forcing a wraith into that body. But you've never seen your sire do that. You've only gotten whispers of it by sneakily reading some of her books when you were new and taking in a lot of information, just wanted to know. There is the potential to literally give a wraith for World of Darkness terms, to put a wraith into a cadaver and allow them to take over that body and live in that body.
So it's like possession in that regard. It's just possession of a dead. It's necromancy.
It's all 100. Yeah, it's all necromancy. It's
So-
what Kata are.
So what hypothetically, if we were say gonna do it, like let's recreate it. What do we need? We need a body to put it in.
We
the
need a
ability
body.
to pull it from oblivion, and that's it.
Well, it requires knowing how to do that.
Well, yeah, but she hasn't said that we need a fetter.
Yes, we need the way to grab it from where it is, usually with some sort of object that it's very attached to. We need an area where the veil is thin. We need to make sure that it's summoned, and then we host it in the body.
So
But only temporarily and only in your own body.
all right, so since we're talking hypotheticals, what's the reality that all of that series of events could be placed into a stasis until something happens? So let's say somebody literally carved up David's body, made him from scratch. Yeah, empty vessel. Okay? Somebody gets all the bits and bobs together. The three spirits, for lack of a better term, are on the other side in oblivion. Now we need a feta, something they're all connected to.
Then they must have some wild ceremony that they put together.
To say create an object like, I don't know, a glowing stone that you showed up with at the docks.
Interesting.
This house is haunted.
Yes, honey, I know. It's gonna be okay. You know, even haunted houses still sell on the market, so it's all right.
And while you're still, again, you're young, and even though you rolled 4 for your intelligence academics, you know of nothing that can produce what David is. If he's made out of 3 kindred, you've never heard of even the body of 1 kindred being possessed by a wraith and being brought to life.
But let's say that it's not the body that's possessed.
Sure.
What if it's the stone?
The stone, put it
The
in an
stone
object.
bears the weight of these spirits, and you literally, he put it in his chest. Or maybe
Yeah,
the
nothing
stone
you've
is the
heard of,
feta,
but-
and they were already there, and smashing them together made it happen. The spell happened on a delay.
Maybe for Elspeth, as she's saying this, you can obviously it's like Janet has a general idea of what's going on, but a fetter doesn't host a spirit. A fetter is more like a bait on a lure to a fish that
To
it's
get it to
attached
come?
to get it to come.
Actually, Janet.
Yeah.
That is
Actually, Janet. You
Okay,
don't know
well then
necromancy
help
like
me
I
out
do,
here,
princess.
because something is going on. Like, let's say that that's actually what happened. That what whoever came through this, the haunting David, had to be drawn here or already in him and awakened. He keeps talking about that moment of awakening, the birth, right? The coming out of the darkness. So there was an inciting incident.
I think that this is all just another hypothesis, which is great. That's part of the
Well, yeah, but aren't you the
experimental
scientist? I need
process.
you to start,
Yes.
proving it right or wrong.
Well, I'm writing this down
I bet
as
she's been taking notes this whole time, like,
as one
fascinating
of
idea, Janet.
one of our potential options here. But it still leads me back to the point that I've never seen a ritual ceremony
Well, guess what? We've
like
never
that
seen
before.
a David before, which tells me whatever the fuck happened to make him come into reality was not something that's going to be written in a book or on a recipe card.
Well, this might be something Janet, I'm not Janet, Elspeth even thinks about. If you believe that he is potentially Tremere created, it would make sense why you don't understand what he is, because he might not be necromancy in the way you understand it if he's blood magic.
It could be broken. Yeah.
It could not even be the dark arts that I practice. It could be the whole thing that the Tremere do, which is a whole different book that I do not study. That of thaumaturgical
so why were the
dark magic.
Cappadocians protecting it? So, okay, I like this theory. We go with the theory that he was actually Tremere created. Why, then, were the Hekata, the Cappadocians, either protecting him or keeping him hidden? And what is with the stone? That's still this like key piece of evidence I can't quite figure out in all of this.
At the end of the day, it's still, if David truly is haunted, as we're saying, it still touches the magic that I dabble with. So perhaps there
I don't
is.
think he's haunted, though. I think it's more like he is. You know, okay. I have a bunch of sand in this pile. I got a bunch of dirt in this pile, and I got clay in this pile. 3 piles, okay?
Okay.
If I take the clay and the dirt and I mix them together, there's still clay and dirt separately, but together there's something new. Now I mix the sand in. It's something new. So even though they were all separate, when they got put into David, it made something new. Him, his personality. Because we know that even if he's haunted by these 3 beasts or whatever, a beast needs that id personality. It needs the front-facing piece of being a kindred, which either means he developed on his own when those 3 beasts came together, or There is
Mhm.
a fourth beast we don't know, and they're just hanging on for dear life.
What would Elspeth know anything about like the creation of like homunculus or things like that? Because this kind of is when she's explaining this to me, it's thinking like with like the like
Well,
homunculus.
you've seen like a little hand animated stuff by your sire. You know those kinds of things exist.
Yeah,
You may not
yeah.
know the specifics of how it's done, but you are aware that bodies can come back in a non-spiritual way.
Okay. Yeah, there has got to be some ways to do what you're describing here, Janet. But
This is why I really think we need to make contact with the Tremere in where's the other
Hartford?
location? Hartford, the one outside of here.
Yes, I do think that is still a good idea. At the end of the day, I have limited knowledge to the art of blood magic, and clearly there's something
Yeah, and the
going
wishing
on
yard didn't
here.
really work out for us in that regard, did it?
No. Um, so I think we should still, yes, I think that is still important for us to pursue a
David, what do
Tremere
you think about
ally.
all of this, honey? We're just talking like you're not standing there, but you are.
I think this will end with me bound to a table in one chantry or another.
Hmm,
Honey, not if I have anything to say about it.
I
This is
know.
why we're going to get ourselves a lawyer.
A lawyer.
Yeah, a lawyer.
Do you think the Tremere are going to adhere to some?
No, honey, not because we're going to take him to court, because what we need is the brain of a skis ball to help us work around the masquerade.
Uh,
If you think that lawyers' jobs is to actually uphold the law, it's not. It's to use it as a tool to skirt around the law to win for whoever it is they're representing, right?
yeah.
David has certain rights now that he has been officially accepted, regardless of whether people knew or did not know. More importantly, if we are being set up as fall guys, I'd like to better understand my opportunity and the outcome of getting out of said being fall guy.
Sounds like we need a lawyer who's like in on what we're in, you know?
Well, I am working on that.
Okay. Uh, all right. David, I will keep looking into this. I know you want me to try to explore the powers of oblivion and see what's going on with you. I'm working on it. But I'm
Is this like a
also
Frosty the Snowman type situation? You know, with the hat and stuff? Like the stone is the hat and David is the snowman. And what happens when the snow melts? You know?
uh
Little
hope
truth in all fairy tales to some degree. Like, what if it's that kind of situation? Like, the stone was magic. He was entirely asleep because they couldn't get him to work.
yeah.
Well, you
And
know
the
where the
key to
stone
turning on
is.
the key to turning on the car was the rock, and you brought it and put it in the ignition.
Where is the stone?
In
Inside
his
of him.
chest.
Oh.
That's where
Okay.
Magpie put it.
Right. And it's just embedded in.
Wait a second. Where's that motherfucker? He's here.
He's
Where
around. I
is he?
told you he's around. He's like
Where
avoiding
is he?
you. He's
Where
like
is he?
setting up security somewhere. Do you shout for him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you just shout, Magpie!
Get over
I bet
here.
Magpie comes over, he's like, yeah? Hey, Leon's not here. I don't know. I just want to get in your way. I can go.
I have
Do I
questions.
need me to leave? Do you
Sit
need me to leave?
down. Sit down.
Oh, fuck. He sits.
Okay, I got questions. So you remember that night that David showed up and you put the stone in his chest?
Oh, God, how I wish I didn't. I mean, yeah, yes,
Okay,
I do.
I need you to take a few deep breaths and really I want you to think back.
I'm
'Cause
thinking.
you told us
Mm-hmm.
that you were told to do that if he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
If. Did they tell you anything else about the stone, the why, the how it works?
That if he didn't come back, they'd come and get the stone from me afterward.
They, the same person that hired you and paid you all that money.
Yeah.
Interesting. I know who that is. Okay. So they said they'd come back and get the stone from you.
If David didn't show up, yes.
How did he know he was going to have the stone?
He shrugs.
Okay.
I don't
So
think
he
that I
didn't
would-
tell. So he just said David's going to show up. If David shows up, he's going to show up with a stone,
Uh-huh.
and you're going to put it in his chest. Is that what he told
Yeah,
you?
but if he leaves with the, if for whatever reason he leaves, he gives me the stone and leaves, which I don't know why David would do that, but in case he did, they'd come get the stone.
Interesting. So
But he
here's the
didn't.
thing.
David was just let me, right? And he looks over to David, yeah, like waves that shit. Just
Okay.
let me do it.
Okay. So that means that Siaka knew that you were going to show up with the stone. He had to know it was coming. If he set Magpie up before we ever arrived on those docks and watched David walk out of a box, and he knew that stone was going to be there as a plan B backup to the original fucking plan, he knew you and Josiah were coming with that stone in tow. The question is how and why. What is the fucking... I really appreciate that you have, like, feelings about Josiah. But she is difficult. I feel like she has the opportunity to tell us a lot more.
Can I go?
Yeah. Hey, if you think of anything else he said about that stone, you come and you tell me. Or tell
Okay.
Leon and he can tell me, but don't you keep it to yourself.
Okay. God, no, I haven't.
Okay. Go
Magpie,
do whatever it was you
why
want.
were you surprised that I was alive?
Because you weren't that was the backup. I was the backup plan.
You seemed so surprised. Did you see me before
Yeah,
I was
hoping
alive?
you weren't. No, I was hoping you weren't going to show up.
And how did you know it was me?
Because nobody else knew how to get to where I was except for the guy who gave me the job.
Hmm.
Good
So-
point. I probably shouldn't have assumed. I mean, he did.
How long were you supposed to stay there?
That night. If you didn't show up that night, good. I served my purpose. I made my money. I didn't get involved. I was just a backup plan that worked out. Then you showed up and everything got worse.
Janet,
Not your fault.
if he was considered a VIP by his city, why did they let him leave to work there in the first place?
Look where?
In our city,
Who? Siaka?
Magpie is not from here.
No. Magpie, didn't you tell us that he came looking for you or something? He found you.
Yeah, I dug too deep on the fucking internet.
But
Caught somebody's attention because I learned some stupid magic.
but we got caught by the hounds of it was New York,
New
right?
York. Well,
And
he,
they said
he
that
was sent
he-
back to New York.
They
Okay.
said that he was a VIP. If he was a VIP of New York, then they knew that he was here already.
I think that's probably true. Hiding out in Bruja territory of all places.
So then
You
would
know
that
how
not have to
turn
be
your
cleared
dumbass over to them.
with his prince?
I'm not a vampire like you guys.
All right, let's think through this. I'm Siaka. I know there's a box coming in, a shipment to the docks. I'm going to have my holding company, which is so buried nobody will get back to me, sign for it. I also know that what's in the box is not supposed to be alive. And I know that because I've contacted and reached out through all of my shady business into New York to gain access to this magpie. Brings him all the way to Boston, tells him to hide out. And if and only if the package that's not supposed to wake up does wake up and shows up with a stone, you're supposed to put it in the chest. This tells me that Siaka knew David's not supposed to be walking around. And if we are, in fact, the Fall Guys, he was expecting that we would put that stone in his fucking chest, and he knows that David's walking around this city. He knew that before we ever got the fucking box.
Or he at least suspected it was a possibility.
The problem, or at least, I guess really, the good news is, none of the Tremere seem to know what you look like. Like, they didn't know what was in the box. The real question is, how did your sire know that you needed to show up with the stone? Because remember, the rest of us, we weren't showing up to pick up David. We were on track to get a different box from the Ventru. I'm still stuck up on that.
Is it like Leon? Leon
Mhm.
sometimes sees things that haven't happened yet.
No, Another premonition baby. No, I mean, yeah, he's
Well,
talked
no,
about
I
some of
mean, I don't know if that's what it
the,
is or
the
not.
weird stuff. Go back to fixing wires or whatever it was. Thank you for your
Okay.
time, Magpie.
No
If you think
problem.
of anything else we need to know, did he say anything about us, the pickup? Nothing?
No.
How did he reach out to you when you was living in New York before?
Well, I remember I moved out and was living in Boston on my own first.
And he found you here, and then
Yeah.
you got, and then he
And-
sent you back. He sent you back.
Gave me, I got my money. I had to go back.
How long had you been staying here?
Only a couple of years. Met someone on a forum. Told me they would teach me some stuff.
Who?
Ended up going south. I was just
Have
an
you
ex.
told this to Leon? Do you know the guy's like
No.
name, a handle, or whatever you call it? Do you know this information?
Her. It's a her, first of all.
Her.
She taught me some basic stuff. This is where remember I told you I found out how to do stupid, useless magic accidentally because
I think-
But you didn't
met
tell me that
people
you knew a
online.
person.
Why?
Oh,
Where do you think I learned it from? You think I just magically learned my own magic? No, someone taught me and she was hot.
she was hot.
Yeah, my
And you-
girlfriend. We were going to date. Like, I moved out to Boston to be with her.
Okay. You know what, Magpie? Could you give me a description of this hot
Are you
girlfriend?
going to go visit her? No, I can't. No, Janet. I have to ask Leon
just would
first.
like to
I have to
know
ask
who
Leon
she is.
first.
Here's the
I
thing.
belong
I'm
to
gonna
Leon.
ask you nicely.
I belong to Leon.
And then I'm gonna make you tell me. It's your choice.
Don't do that. I can't. I gotta go. I have to leave. I'm closing my eyes. You
No.
can't look at me in the eyes. I'm leaving.
No,
I
I'm gonna
have to
have you
go. No, this is what
Mar-
Leon said I have to do. I have to not look at you.
Marcus, she might be in trouble.
She's definitely gonna be in trouble if Janet fucking finds out.
But what if I go
just
instead?
want a description.
She doesn't know about any of this, dude. I came here. She
Doesn't
taught me
know
some
about any of-
magic.
You said she taught you some magic.
Yeah, because we met online on a forum,
Does
on a
woman have
witches
a name?
forum.
No,
Because
which
it's not Magpie's girlfriend.
Okay,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
Her name is.
I ask. She said she was in Boston, and she
Yeah.
taught magic.
Huh?
What was the location of the little witchy shop?
The night bloom.
The Nightshade and Bloom or something
In
like that?
Yeah, out
In Salem?
And in Salem?
Salem.
Like,
Yeah.
It's not Boston, technically.
Yeah, technically not Boston.
was it a couple hours at best? He drove from New York to meet a girl a couple hours by car. It's probably not crazy, right? Just assuming.
Well, New York to that area is about a 4 hour,
4 hour.
4
I
to 6
want
hour
her
drive.
name.
Oh God.
Please. Please.
He looks over to David for like reassurance.
I'm not going to go kill her.
It will be easier for us to protect
She
her.
doesn't know any vampires. She wasn't involved in this stuff, man. She taught me some. Fine,
name.
Isabel.
Isabel, what a lovely name. Can you tell me what Isabel looks like?
Why does it matter?
Did she do magic like you?
She taught me the first thing I got taught, which was a very basic protection spell.
And
And then she had $10,000 of debt she wanted me to pay off while I moved in with her, and it just wouldn't work out because, surprise, door dashing all day long doesn't pay off enough of your bills. And so it just was messy.
So you met her in what, like a chat room or something? And
Yeah,
she was like,
on
"Yo,
a
move to
witches
Boston?"
forum, on a witches subreddit.
did you ever go to the Nightshade and Bloom?
Nightshade and Bloom.
It is
Yeah,
a little.
we've been to a couple of places that have that kind of name.
It's a witchy shop in
Salem?
Salem.
Maybe we went to Salem a couple times.
Hmm.
Why?
She,
Just-
That's all I need to know.
do
Well,
you
just
still
don't-
talk to her?
No, God, no.
Did she cut you off, or did you cut her off?
That's not pertinent to the conversation, I don't think.
Yes.
She cut you off. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You said she was in debt. Who's she in debt to?
Credit cards.
Really sucks. Okay, well,
Yeah,
thank
well.
you for being helpful, Magpie.
Why do I feel like I made things worse?
Oh, you didn't make anything worse. You made it better.
You always feel that way when you talk to us.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
Bye. Shouldn't you be wiring something or fixing something?
Yeah.
Thank you
Right.
so much for your undivided attention
Okay.
and your valuable information.
Yeah. Goes off, and instead of doing wiring, he kind of shuffles to the side, to like out a little bit, stops, like looks like he's gonna go left, goes right, stops, and then just starts walking to the chain link fence to leave.
You fluster him quite a great deal.
Why?
You
I'm
talk
nice.
faster than he can think.
Well, that sounds like a him problem. I just asked very simple questions like her name, what she looked like, and he panics as if, I'm gonna peel the flesh off her bones.
Sometimes you do that, though.
Yeah, but not the women.
He is not a woman. He still fears for his own life.
No, right now he still holds value. Plus, I'm gonna be honest. Have you seen the color of his skin? I don't think he's very healthy. I wouldn't want to eat his organs, would you? Don't tell him I said that though.
I don't want to eat people.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you are you gonna eat the sick lamb or the healthy lamb? Magpie, he looks a little. He's like the runt of the litter. If I was looking for a house cat, I'd pick Magpie. But not really for, valuable organs and eating capacity. But as long as he's scared of me, maybe we can keep getting information out of him, because this was new information. And here's the thing. I'm still not entirely convinced that. No. I'm not convinced of anything anymore.
Marcus!
All I know is that Siaka is far more involved, and he's either pulling the wool over our eye or their eye.
He hollers out for Marcus, not to like call him back over.
No, yeah, he kind of looks over his shoulder, like, really? But
Did
when
you
he
have
realizes-
day dates or night dates?
Well, I lived with her for a little bit, so kind of both.
Did she go out into the sun much?
I mean, about as much as I did.
Did you ever see her in sunlight, honey?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, great. Not a kindred.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Marcus.
And he waves and leaves.
Well, Janet, your wheels are turning.
Someone let this happen from New York.
Yeah,
And-
Siaka's got powerful friends in New York. I have zero doubt about that. We know he's already close with the Prince of Boston, which means he could probably get away with fucking murder.
The prince should know.
What?
Should know.
The prince should know that the allegations and the things slung against her from the Prince of New York, that it was orchestrated.
Well, we can't prove that. More importantly, I don't want to be turning in the Prince of New York to the Prince of Boston. That's a surefire way to get your head taken. I'm not actually entirely convinced that the prince isn't in on this, or at least not being played by Siaka. If he is trying to, in fact, get a seat at the table, you need to make besties with whoever sits at the head of it.
Is there not a way that we can prove that the prince is being used by Siaka?
Well, I'm working on a few options. I had a wild hair idea. There aren't a lot of clans that would go up against the Tremere, and there are a few that are even interested at all. But it was made very clear when we had a little contract negotiation with the Tremere that they have, for whatever reason, a very distinctive feeling that the Ventru are interested in stealing their knowledge. What is the likelihood that that is the case, and the Ventru would also have a shipment coming in the same night as you, and the same crate on the same dock?
Do you know which Ventru that it had gone to?
Yeah, our Primogen. It was his ghoul that picked the box up when Leon and Betty delivered it.
Then it seems like it would be bad if I were to be seen around the Primogen.
Potentially. But getting to any of the Primogen, much less the ventral one, is not an easy task. So I had a wild hair idea that now that we're out of the contract with the Tremere, we no longer are beholden to the fact we can't talk about the business that we did with them. I already had a small chat with my sire before we were banished to this fucking quarry about the fact that I thought you were important, David, and more than just a weapon, that you and your presence is a major upheaval in what could be some major political power plays. Now, of course, at the time, I had no proof, and I still don't have any technically hard proof. But the new information, the contract, their interest in this box and your arrival, these things are new information in which I could go to the Ventru and simply say, hey, if it is in fact true we want one up on the Tremere, isn't the best way to protect the thing they're desperately trying to get their hands on, find us, keep us type vibes? If I can get you protection from the Ventru, and even in a small, simple way, it puts us one step ahead of the Tremere and assures they can't just snatch you up and take you and lay you out on a slab like you're worried about.
Is that where you're thinking this Ventru lawyer, perhaps?
Oh, who said the lawyer was going to be a Ventru?
Well, the way you're talking, like keeping, sounds like there's a lot of.
If I knew a good Ventru lawyer, do I know a good Ventru lawyer?
I
Mathis in
mean,
town?
not that our mob, that isn't necessarily mob connected, or none that would work with you.
No, I'm
like,
just talking
works for
about
you,
just
maybe.
like do I know of a
Yeah,
Ventru
sure.
in this city that's a lawyer?
Not really, because they're not around during the daytime.
That's what I mean. It's like
Yeah,
it doesn't
no.
really apply to them anymore.
No, the
so that's not
ghouls.
the
The
best.
ghouls are more the lawyers that are being
That's what.
retained by
Okay,
a
so
Ventru.
so let's just say if I was going to go out and find us a lawyer, I'd make it a more permanent position on the team. You know,
I
which is
see.
why I need to find the right one. I think it's time for me to let my boys go and fully realize their potential outside of the job they've been doing for me.
Are you letting them go as your ghouls, no longer
I
being
am
there?
considering the opportunity of allowing them to cash in on their inheritance and make something of themselves outside the shadow of their mother. Yeah.
Ooh,
That being said, that takes time and will be very difficult.
yeah.
And there would be a need for some searching and finding of the right potential replacement.
Something does not make sense in my mind.
Oh,
If Mr. Siaka knew that I would show up to Magpie with the stone, then why did Annika have the stone to give to Elle?
that's what I was saying earlier. He didn't know you would. It's why it was back up. He said if, which means he knew for a fact the stone was out there somewhere and was going to end up showing up at the docks. He had a good feeling, which means he was aware that somewhere in this city that stone existed. Somebody had it.
Yeah, or at least aware that the stone. Yeah, exactly. At least aware that the stone was out there and existed in some capacity.
And he took a betting move to say if it shows up, make sure it goes in David's chest. And if he doesn't take it into his chest, I'm going to show up and get it myself, which means he probably would have tracked you down anyway, David, and put it in your chest. He was simply waiting to turn up. We brought the key. Elspeth brought the key to turn you on.
The man at the docks, when the time froze and the seagulls were stuck, he said that I was lost and he found me.
Which seems like a pretty solid explanation. If you were in fact inside a Cappadocian box, their plan has not been established for a very long time.
So
And
did
for
he
whatever
find the
reason, they were
box, or did he
protecting
find
you.
the stone?
These are questions, honey, I can't answer. The fact of the matter is they met. We gave Siaka what he was inevitably looking for. Which means, like I said, he's fully aware. He had no plans of picking up a box with something in it. I don't genuinely believe.
Then
I think he was betting most of his money on the fact you'd show up with a stone.
My question is this. Does Annika know Mr. Siaka Or does Annika know the man that I could not see the face of that stopped time in front of me?
I think that Annika knows more than she's letting on regarding both the stone, its use, its purpose, and why you were in fact hidden away for so long. Unfortunately, I think Annika, no offense to Yesiah, has an issue forming words in ways that don't come out as queries, questions, or riddles.
I can't help with that, unfortunately.
She was still more straightforward than the Witch of the Yards.
That I would also agree with. Though I'm not completely giving up on this Witch of the Yard. We have to find the right use for her. But that's a valuable contact.
I think so too. So do we still think making a contact with the Tremere is a good idea at this stage? Or
I think the enemy of our enemy is a friend.
I think they know
Whether
where
it's
I am.
True or whether it's the other Tremere.
you think who knows where you are? That
I
like
think the
the-
Tremere know where I am. And they are just waiting for their time or for permission to take me.
oh boy, I hope.
Well, that's kind of why I want to get ahead of it. So I guess the first step is I could call up my sire and request a conversation to maybe reveal more new information and get his opinion on the matter, though it is a risk. But I'm willing to take it for David.
Mathis, we're in East Boston, right?
Yeah, you're in a little place called Waltham.
Waltham, and that's East Boston. That's not quite Winthrop, but
It's
we're
outside of Boston, technically, just outside of it.
right. But we're basically butted up against the Lupines.
Yeah, anywhere where you start moving into wildlife area, and yeah, there's more lupine concerns out that way.
Okay, so we're sort of like we're on a little peninsula of sorts, isolated. Aside from some bridges that will carry us into like the Ivory Tower and Central and Charlestown and
Sure,
stuff like
yeah.
that. So the statement is like looking aerially, since David has flown a few times. It kind of feels like above board, right? Like this is sort of, I'm not using meta knowledge. It's just like what I see as Bub is that we are isolated on an island, so to speak. On the northernmost side is Lupine territory, where we were encouraged to not hunt, which is a sort of form of punishment. At least it was what it looks like punishment. But if multiple parties are looking for David, let's just assume that multiple parties are looking for David, they're not going to hunt in Lupine territory for that. That just seems way too dangerous. So they isolated us off to this quarry, which sort of works and bides our time. It feels like punishment. And we already know that
Well, they
Janet,
didn't put us here. I put us here.
So yeah, you're
I
off to
chose the
the
quarry.
You're off
Okay.
to the west, by the way.
So-
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, so we're in a
that's
different
what I thought.
direction.
We're out here.
well, because out east is the ocean.
Yeah, we're out this way.
Yeah, out west, Waltham, and then out to your north is a little area called Prospect Hill Park, which there's some lupine. But if you just go even further west out to Weston, it becomes way more nature, and that's where most of the lupine are. So you're like butting up against where
can you
nature kind of
shift
takes
ping,
over.
shift hold ping where we are on the map? So
I will. You're okay. So let me-
so is it like right here?
I thought it was out this way, now near Brookline.
yeah. So
I can actually
Brookline
tell you what
is
where
here.
it
So
is
like
in
you're
general.
further away from that. You're about 20 minutes outside Boston. You're like out this.
Yeah, I was about to say
area.
we're not actually on this map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're not on the map.
No,
Got it.
you're like out off to the west of the map. I'll even give you a quick screenshot so you have an idea.
So Janet kind of goes, wait a second. Didn't Magpie just say the first thing his ex-girlfriend or whoever taught him was a protection spell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weren't we looking for a way to protect David from being found?
Yes, but when we accosted Magpie about that, he said it took 6 months to set that up.
Oof.
There's a picture of where Waltham is in relation to the center of Boston.
Yeah, but that was very large, wasn't it? It was a large area. What if it's just a small thing?
It wasn't a large area. It was the room that we found him in.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I've got a better idea now then. Right. I'm not misremembering Mathis. He said it was like it took 6 months to set up in that small room.
Yeah, it took him a while to set up.
But was that the protection spell he was talking about, or just in general?
Could have been multiple spells. Could be in general.
Magpie, where is he?
Oh my.
He like was leaving, so he might be on the other side of the chain link fence when you call for him. He's
I'll
like,
just kind of run up and I go, don't wait. I just got one more question.
yeah,
You
what's
said
up?
she taught you a protection spell.
Yeah.
Um, is that something that takes a while to achieve? Is it something that you put on a location, a
Oh
person? How does it
God,
work?
to put that her spell up. Oh, that could probably take me about a month, give or take.
Okay. And in terms of the results, does it hide like a location, a person? When you say hide, what is it hiding it from? Can you give me
Uh,
some deets?
it prevents, as far as I understand, it prevents anyone from looking in that has, think of like scrying in a fantasy novel, right? Like kind of that prevents people from looking in that way. And then it'll let me know if anybody walks into that area, whether they are human or not human. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, tells me if you're a vampire or a werewolf or fucking, I don't know, a zombie, whatever. It just tells me, I just kind of get chills over my back, and that means not human.
All right. Okay. Thank you. That is very helpful, Magpie.
Sure, nothing else.
Nope. Go home, get some sleep. Tell Leon I need to chat with him soon. And I'll just fence everything back up and lock us in or whatever.
Yep, and you do so, and he leaves.
Well, I have good news. It won't take 6 months. It takes more like 1 month. And it is a potential to help. If the Tremere are going to use this box and do weird Tremere magic stuff to try to track David, we're not trying to keep him off like a GPS tracker. We're trying to keep them from seeing him. Like what did Magpie call it? Scrying, so they can't see. It might be worth a shot.
It's just something at least to help us. I agree. I agree it could help.
Should we
David?
still try to find Isabel?
His girlfriend? She's the one who knows it. It's a good start.
He said she was like witchy. Yeah.
Yeah, he met her on like some witch website or something.
See
We don't
gears
have enough
turning in
information
all
for
your
me to
heads.
track her down. Yeah, and get an address. But you have a witchy way about you. What if you started, hanging in certain circles, see if she pops up?
If a girl named Isabel or Isabella shows up,
Better yet, hey, could you call up the shop and see if they have customer records? If she's bought anything in the last 2 years, you'll be able to get her information off a credit card. I can track her down.
But did he not just say that she had no money and that he had to pay for everything?
It is true, but it doesn't mean he didn't pay for her stuff at the shop. He did say that they had to buy supplies and stuff.
I
Right?
can try to do some hunting down and digging and looking in circles to see
Yeah,
if I
why
can
don't you just
find.
make a call to the shop and see if they have any customer records under Isabel in the last 2 years? Yeah, really. He said
Yeah.
he was only here like 6 months.
Okay, I'll look and I'll see. Maybe I can go on this witch finder website and make a fake profile or something and see if I can find.
Well, it's funny you say that. I was gonna tell Leon to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, he might have better luck than me. He's better with all
Yeah,
that.
he could make up a fake profile, catfish somebody, the whole
Yeah,
9 yards.
yeah.
But and try to get in and get us some information because I have a feeling that if she doesn't have information, she will at least point us in the direction of a group of people who may be able to help us out.
Yes, if they make these warding spells or whatever, protection spells, which is wild to me that people can do like mundane individuals could do that. Or maybe they're not mundane.
Well, it doesn't take a Tremere or a Hakata a month to do a fucking protection glyph, so they're
True.
nowhere, he's at the very least nowhere near power level of what you guys are.
Hmm.
Um,
I think the likelihood of this Isabella arriving at the night bloom is higher than we think.
I would
You
agree.
might be right. I'll look into it.
Maybe make a call and just have them look through records and see if they find anything.
And
Okay.
as he kind of like starting to piece this all together, like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. the thought process in the silence is immediately broken by a loud motorcycle.
Oh.
As
Gasp.
the engine comes to a rumbling halt, and you hear footsteps walking up. He gets up, he walks up to the fence, and you just hear Roman on the other side. Is Elspeth down there?
He asked for me, not for you.
I don't know. Is she?
I'm here. I echo.
He just says, I know it's kind of impromptu, but you want to go on a ride real quick? I'd love to talk.
Don't look so surprised. God.
I gasp.
She sprints up the stairs.
Don't forget to wear your helmet.
Helmet.
Yeah, your noggin is still.
Oh, I did
you
break my neck last night. Crap.
Tonight.
talk about that
Tonight.
A few hours ago.
Wear your helmet.
Okay. No, he'll drive safe. It's fine. I'm not wearing a helmet. That's so geeky. Wear your helmet, everybody. Wear your
Sorry,
helmet.
that your
Yeah.
safety is geeky.
I head up.
Yeah, you
yes.
head up as he's ushers you out the gate and helps you on the motorcycle. And he's like, "Hang on tight. We'll go grab some drinks, and I'd love to talk to you about." And he just kind of fiddles with the cross around his neck, implying
It's
the
time.
thing, the thing you've discussed a couple briefly. He wants a little bit of a deeper talk. It's like, if you don't mind, but I've got a free night.
I'm at Hunger One.
Janet looks over, or David looks over at Janet. She's going to use her abilities again.
Janet just had a talking of like, we need to conserve our blood.
And he says, but he does. He looks. He's like, if you don't mind, I know it's kind of impromptu, but I've got a free night.
Not at all. Not at all.
Good. Hang on tight. And as you wrap your arms around him, he revs it and he kicks out gravel as he kind of tears off into the onto the asphalt, giving a bit of a kick of speed. And as tires meet pavement, and we see the two of them ride off, we'll slowly fade to black. And we'll be back next time with another episode. And we'll
Why
pick
do
up
you?
next-
You guys always shake your head when I have a romance. Okay.
You want to know? It's because you always have the romance.
Not
That's
one.
the thing. It's like it's always.
It's usually several.
yeah.
This guy showed up once in the motorcycle, and Elspeth was like, "I
Oh
love
God,
him."
my knees are drowning. Like, what?
But we'll pick up next time we have Elspeth here, which is, I don't think next week, but the week after or something. We'll figure it out, but we'll pick up with that scene. And we'll be back next time as we are at the end of our time here for today's episode, everybody. Thank you also for hanging out. Thank you for supporting us. We're off to go do a mini-sode, or an after show. God damn it. An after show over patreon.com/podbynight. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.